I was thinking maybe we would get a theme song,
Yeah, that'd be
like
a
an
good idea.
old '90s kind of theme song.
To represent how old we are.
Yeah.
Hey
Here
everyone,
comes the film club back. Film Defenders.
Oh, okay. I was like, where is he going with this? But
Men
that's
in
not that
Black.
bad. Yeah, I get it now. That first note, I was a little scared.
Oh,
But yeah, everybody, welcome to Film Club episode 28. Yeah, we've been gone for a week because your boy right here was sick, caught something, was out of commission for 4 to 5 days. So there was no way I was gonna be on live stream trying to talk to y'all because I couldn't even handle food. But we're back. We have a lot to talk about. We're not even doing last 4 watch because our last 4 watch we're gonna be doing spoiler reviews for all of them. So that's Bugonia, Frankenstein, Predator Badlands, which is the newest movie on the list, and I'm excited to talk about, and Die My Love. And we're going to talk about how all these movies kind of have a common theme. And then at the end, we're going to be talking about the worst 3 cinematic dads of the 2020s.
yeah.
So I'm excited to jump right into this. Hey, viewer Drew. Hey, Bookskers. And
What up, Drew? What up?
Hey, Clay. What's up, man?
Bookskers, Burrs. What up? What up, Clay?
He's a hummer hearing about your sickness on YouTube. Yes, sometimes I am a bad friend and keep away.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Kenny, how are you feeling real quick?
I'm doing much better than I was last week. I wasn't necessarily sick physically, but I was sick mentally. I hadn't had my ADHD meds for like a good month.
Oof. Oh, phone on silent.
Sorry about that. I hadn't had my ADHD meds for like a month, and I was kind of spiraling a little bit, just a little bit, which you can see on my new channel. It Can Be Whatever, where I discuss my daily life on vlog form, whether that's driving to work and I'm just talking to you guys, or I'm sitting at this very desk letting you guys know what's going on in my life. And subscribe to It Can Be Whatever. I'll put the link in the comments. Also, subscribe to our Film Club channel where we post clips from this very stream in case you have to miss something. Or we're going to be talking about 4 different movies together. We're going to be talking about 4 different movies tonight in a spoilery fashion. So if you haven't seen one, you're like, oh, hold on now. You can come back to that channel and we'll post a clip of that review there. Subscribe to our Film Club channel, subscribe to It Can Be Whatever, subscribe to Zack Attack Reviews and Kenny Sparks. We'll put the links to that in the description, but we'll also throw that into the comments right now. See what I did there? I did the Zack right now. You know what I mean? Zack got his own trademark right now.
I don't want to call it trademark. I kind of stole it from somebody, but man, let's talk about stealing. Let's transition.
I mean, I stole from you. I stole from you, and I'll talk to you guys next time. I did it without even realizing I was stealing that from you. And I was like, I watched one of your reviews. I was like, oh, I stole Zach's thing.
You see the influence I hold, the power in these dreads. Let's talk stealing in Bugonia, right? More like kidnapping. This is new Yorgos Lanthimos film, who I am 50-50 on because I've only seen 2 of his films. Poor Things, did not care for Kinds of Kindness at all. Did not have a good time with that. So I was a little worried going into this one because it looked really, really weird, and it looked more weird, like Kinds of Kindness weird, more than Poor Things weird.
Yeah.
So going into the film, I wasn't really anticipating it, but then I saw some really solid reviews, and I was like, okay, let me lock in. And I went in with an open mind, and I really ended up really enjoying the film. I actually loved it a lot, and it felt like I shouldn't have because a lot happens, but a lot doesn't happen. Right? Like it's in a central place for a lot of the time.
Very simple plot.
It's very simple plot for him.
Yeah.
They're kind of just going back and forth and talking. There's not a lot of action in terms of physical action, but I feel like verbally there is, which is a different form of action that I love in kind of dramas. And it's weird. It's weird, but he grounds it in a way where, because there's a lot of social commentary going on in the film. So this is all the things that was spiraling in my head after watching Bugonia for the first time. And I don't think it's good as Poor Things, because that movie is just so extraordinary to me. but it's way better than Kinds of Kindness for me.
I agree.
So, what was your hype level going into Bugonia, and what was your initial reaction after watching it?
I mean, overall with Begonia, I was really excited to go see this because I really enjoy the Emma Stone, Yorgos Lanthimos like combo combo pack.
Yeah,
I like that they're forming this filmography together, and I feel like one of the things I've really enjoyed about it in general, with specifically with Emma Stone, is it feels like she is enjoying not being in a big franchise film, right? She's enjoying being in these really weird movies where she can just play all these different types of characters, and it's really allowing her to like flex her muscles acting wise and like enjoy herself. So I've been really excited for this combination, even though like you, I did not necessarily enjoy Kinds of Kindness. I liked 50% of it. And what I mean by that is as soon as there's and it's an anthology movie, and each time the three different stories that they were telling were about to get good, it switched to the next story and never came back to it. So I felt incomplete with all three of those different stories. So with this movie, I was just happy that he completed the story. Uh,
beginning, middle, and end.
right. We got a whole film, a whole story. Right. So, but yeah, I overall, my excitement going into this film was pretty high.
That's good. And what about when you finished the film? How did you feel?
I was on cloud nine. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought that Jesse Plemons once again
Oh,
proved that he is one of the best actors in Hollywood, and
yeah,
he also is along the same lines as Emma Stone is doing these films where he can just flex his acting muscles and enjoy himself. Right?
yeah,
He's not in this big tentpole film. He can be very weird, and I think that just gave him the freedom to do that. And I
yeah.
really liked where he went with his character.
Me too. I think the character had a lot of range in terms of where he was going and how he was feeling, and I think Jesse Plemons did a great job again. Like when I think about Game Night, Civil
Hmm.
War, this, and like other films that I've seen him in, he's just really strong. Let's see what you guys are saying though. In here, we got the Lawrence Report. What's up,
Report.
Lawrence? He asked, "Fellas, are y'all checking out The Running Man when it comes out? I have my tickets for Friday."
I haven't got my tickets yet, but I'm definitely going to go see it. You can bet that, bet
Yeah,
that, bet.
believe
Sorry.
that, as Roman Reigns would say.
Mm,
Boys looking sharp tonight. Only reason Frankenstein isn't getting more votes is I bet not as many people have seen it yet. And what he's talking about votes, I put up a vote on what was the movie that stand out the most over the past couple of weeks. And the choices
okay.
were Predator, Frankenstein, Begonia, and basically the movies we're talking about, and Die My Love. And Predator is
Yeah,
basically
yeah. You know what's
uh,
funny? We never even discussed like discussing what was the best of the four films. I think that's something that we should definitely do.
yeah, we definitely should discuss.
Yeah.
Now, just let's talk about the film in total. I have notes here. Let's get into the themes of the film. What your theme? And I'm going to talk about what I think the themes of the film are. What themes did you get from the movie?
As far as themes go, I don't know. To be quite honest with you, I haven't thought too much about the movie since I've seen it. But
Okay,
if you go, I can probably jump on your bandwagon and kind of like, oh, because
gotcha,
that happened. Because that happened. You know what I mean? I could probably join you in that.
gotcha. So if you guys don't know, if you didn't see Begonia, didn't hear about it somehow, Begonia is about these two conspiracy theorists who kidnaps a millionaire, billionaire tech mogul who's played by Emma Stone, and they believe she's an alien. And they basically kind of semi torture her to get the information because they believe the aliens are doing all the bad things that's happening to our planet, and they want to
Hmm.
get the aliens off the planet. So they're using her to get to the aliens. And the whole time she's telling them, like, I am not an alien. I'm just a regular person, and this is a bad decision because I'm an important millionaire, and they're going to be looking for me. Which
Yeah.
was really funny because they weren't really looking that hard for her.
No, not at all. They like it's her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that
Okay.
was it.
But we'll look. But we're not. It's not like a statewide search. They sent
Yeah.
one cop. Um, And the movie just is an interesting back and forth because you don't understand really why they specifically think she's an alien, why her in general, if there's other aliens on the planet. And the movie kind of unravels as you go and you get more tidbits and details. And it plays with you where you're like, is she an alien? Is she not? They keep
Right.
doing things where I'm like, I'm not sure. Like he described her features and like, this is why I think she's an alien. But you're like, you sound kind of crazy because we hear these
Yeah.
conspiracy theories on like online in real life, and you're like, okay, you nut job. But
Right.
then as the movie was going, we got to the point where he electrified her, and it like he turned it up to deadly amounts of volts, and she did not die, and she didn't seem as damaged as probably if it happened to me, I would have been brain dead. I would have been vegetable.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, hold up now.
So what's interesting about that is that I still at that point did not suspect that she was an alien. Right.
Okay.
I was kind of like they're, for lack of a better term, I was kind of like these guys are kind of idiots. I feel like they were just grasping at straws. They were electrocuting her. It probably not probably it definitely did hurt from what we could see.
Yeah.
But I never thought like I questioned a lot.
Yeah.
I questioned a lot. I was never sure about whether or not she was an alien. I do think, however, that when the end of the movie starts coming around,
Yeah.
that's when I got a little bit more suspicious.
Yeah, I think for me, I questioned if she was an alien up until they revealed, and obviously this is a spoiler review, so we're gonna spoil things, that she is an alien. In fact, the whole time we going back and forth, so many different things happen in between, right? Like the cop that kind of interacted with him in the beginning of the movie comes looking for her. He thinks maybe he has her, and then we found out that he may have sexually assaulted him as a child when he was a babysitter, which kind of explains a little bit like maybe why he's so recluse. And also a theme that we're going to be talking about throughout all these movies is like parenting, right? Like
Yep.
the fact that his mother left him alone with someone that would do that to someone,
Yeah.
right? And the big thing that was revealed is the big reason why he's coming specifically after this billionaire is that they used experimental drugs on his mother that basically put her in a coma. Right. So that was like a big thing of why specifically. So when they revealed that, I was like, oh, this is a revenge thing. Right. Like he's doing this out of revenge. But then you find out, no, he was right. She is an alien.
Yeah.
Because they didn't explain in the movie that he got other aliens before this. I heard him say like, oh, no one's lasted this long before. And I was like, oh, so he's tortured other people.
Yep.
This is bad. But then you find out, oh, no. He's found other aliens and he's killed them.
Crazy. Yeah.
And I felt really bad about his cousin, right? Obviously his cousin was on the spectrum.
I felt so bad for that kid, man.
He felt so bad for him. He ended up killing himself. And
that I wasn't the happiest about.
No, I wasn't happy about that either.
Yeah.
I wish he would have gotten out of that.
Like even
like
from
go to jail or something.
From a decision making point of like from the writer's decision making point, right?
Yeah.
Him dying like that, unaliving himself, didn't I don't want to say it didn't impact the plot, but everything that happened after that didn't seem to latch on to the fact that he had died. So it really kind of felt like he could have just like left or got arrested or anything else. And I'm not saying that you're not allowed to do like unaliving in movies, because I don't want to be the person to say that that's taboo. You can't do that, right? But I did feel like it was kind of unnecessary.
Yeah, you pretty much you wanted a little bit more. If you're gonna do it, put a little bit more importance on the plot, because he was so important to the plot in terms of the dynamics leading up to that. So like it would have been interesting to see him. I do think a little bit of it was like the Jesse Plemons character was so like tough throughout this, right?
Yep.
And I think after he unalived himself, you could see him kind of break a little bit. So I do think that happened, but I don't think it was stamped as hard as it should have been. I agree with you on that. So then he unalives himself. Jesse Plemons character starts unraveling because his dumbass went to his mom and put, what was it?
It was
ISO.
yeah, it was it looked like
ISO something.
windshield wiper fluid.
Yeah, well, because he believed her. I'm like, you
Yeah,
had this lady handcuffed in a basement. You anything? You're dumb.
right. Like, why would you at this point believe her when you didn't believe her for the rest of the movie? But he did believe that she had the cure, or I don't know if he believed that he had the cure, but that was kind of like the whole thing. The mom went into the hospital. They did some kind of experimental procedure on her, and basically they said, "Whoops, my
Yeah,
bad."
here's some
You know what
money.
I mean?
I know your life is forever
Yeah.
changed and you're damaged, but here's some money.
Yep.
She even said like, "Oh, clearly we didn't give you enough money."
Yeah.
Like it was kind of that kind of thing. But what I thought was very interesting when I talk about the themes, right? Like she ends up being an alien. We get to the end of the movie, and the wild part of him having the bomb strapped to himself, he explodes
That
inside a
was crazy.
closet. That was
Yeah.
crazy. I didn't expect that. It was just so many things where like, oh, I didn't expect that in this movie.
Yep.
And he explodes. He is his last fu to her is his head butting her.
Which was hilarious. I did not see that coming at all.
Me
I
neither.
really didn't think that. I feel like that was the point, and I probably should have suspected before. I feel like that was the point where I was like, oh, she's an alien. Like, I didn't really catch it until the end. Because I'm going to be 100% honest with you that consciousness during this film
Oh God,
was in flux.
another Kenny special.
Okay, so I'm not going to snitch on you because I'm pretty sure I heard you say something similar. But
I'll get one.
yeah, I mean, but no, like I didn't like miss any like major plot points. It was just kind of like I'm here. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, like I do think that with everything that that happened with, especially with the head exploding
Yeah.
and like everything else, that's kind of when I finally like gave into the fact that yeah, she's an alien.
Yeah, because even that scene, because she says she's an alien, right? She was like, "How many people have you killed before?" She goes through the history of why the aliens were there, and basically kind of like an internal thing, like we birthed you guys and all
Yeah.
that. And then, but then she does the whole thing of like goes to the office, and then she uses the calculator, and I'm like, oh, she's faking it to get him like off
Mm-hmm.
the thing, and then he's gonna go in the closet, and then the security and the cops are gonna come. But then he explodes, and I was like, "What the? What?"
Yeah.
And then she goes to the hospital, and then leaves. No, she goes in the ambulance, finds out that she's fine, and then
Mm-hmm.
leaves. And then we find out for a fact, she is an alien. Goes to her mothership, and then it unravels there. The themes that I'm seeing from this film, and I think is very relevant to right now, is to talk about how the 1%, the politicians, the people in power, how they just do things to us,
Yeah.
rewrite our history, because she really rewrote history there, right? Like a
Yep.
lot of the biblical stuff, a lot of the stuff that you hear in different religions, a lot of historical things, they repurposed it in that speech in a way where it was like, yeah, dinosaurs did exist, and this will happen, and then we started you guys because we messed up the dinosaurs, and it kind of reshaped history in a way, and I think that messed him up too.
Yeah. Because
Hearing
I
that,
feel like
that
he
messed me
wasn't
up.
prepared
No,
for all of that.
no,
Right? He came in like, hey, my mom. She was like, hey, existence. You know what I mean? Like it was a whole different discussion
that gives
she
you
was
a
trying to have.
crisis right
Yeah.
away, right? And a lot of times that's a battle that we have in real life where people have different parts of history that they believe in, especially if
Yep.
you believe in different cultures, religions, and stuff like that. And I think that is purposeful. I do think the powers that be does want us to believe in different things so we can't come together and
Mm-hmm.
define on what we want as freedom. So I thought that
Yeah.
was a really interesting how like how they treat us. Like they treat us like experiments, do things on us to, see the results so it can benefit them.
Correct.
And I think the whole fact that like the aliens represent them is the whole like obsession we've been seeing with billionaires trying to go to space.
Yeah. Billionaires trying to go to space.
Trying to go to space, leave us
Mars
here,
specifically.
essentially.
Yeah.
because they fucked up the planet, and it feels like now they want to leave us here with the planet messed up and go somewhere else.
It's
And in this
giving
movie, these aliens destroyed the Earth.
yeah. It's giving Mickey 17, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we fucked this up. How about we go to another planet and then call the people on that planet aliens? Like, nigga, no, nigga, you the alien.
You the alien.
You came here. You got here
Came
late.
here illegally. Start attacking these people for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the themes that I got from the film off the rip that I thought was really, really good, and I think that it's a common thread through a lot of the films in 2025 in terms of like the dynamics between the working class and the people who have the power and the money.
Agreed.
I think we have a bunch of films that's hit on that topic, and clearly, obviously, we know why. What's going on in the world, especially in the United States.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think overall this is a great film.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a fantastic film. I don't think it's. I think it's really, really, really good. I don't know if it's great necessarily.
Okay, you don't think it's great. Okay.
But it's really good. But when I think of great, I think of kind of like our one battle after another, right? Those kind of things, right? What's up? What's up with you? Why are you phasing in and out? Why are you blurring?
Your camera.
Yeah, I'm talking to the camera. My bad. I shouldn't just move forward because I feel like there's a distance kind of thing. So yeah, I cannot gesture towards my camera. So now I've learned my lesson. But yeah, so I feel like and I think one of the more interesting things is that the movies that we are seeing this year that talk about that obviously weren't written this year. They were written years prior. One of the things that you really touched on with Mickey 17 was that it was written years and years and years ago, and it's still impacting like the way that we think and what have you right now.
Yes.
So I think that it's interesting that some of these plots almost feel prophetic. But if you go back far enough, just like 20 something years ago, you have V for Vendetta, which is basically what's happening right now.
Yeah. Even one back up another, the text that it's based on is like 30, 40 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. I listened to a podcast about that movie, and it was really interesting. I'll send it to you when I get the chance.
But overall, when it comes to Bugonia, Kenny thinks it's really, really good. I think it's great. It's one of my favorite films of the year. I don't think it's in my top 10 necessarily. Might be just outside of my top 10 of the year. And I'm back on the Yorgos train. I need to go back and watch some of his older flicks. He did say he's taking a break after this, which I think is a good idea. He's done a lot in a short amount of time.
I agree.
And I think it's too samey, and I think he's working with too many of the same people. And I think he needs to take a break and come back and give people a breather on what he's doing. But I really love Poor Things, and I really love this.
So, I was surprised that Willem Dafoe wasn't in this one.
Yeah, he wasn't in this one.
He's usually always in it
with Robert Eggers.
Yeah,
that man is the muse for everybody.
He gets around.
I don't
know if I mean it like that, but yeah.
Yo, he said, "How are you guys doing?
What's up, y'all? How's it going?"
He said, "Love Predator, Badlands. Love all these movies you guys will talk about except Die My Love."
We will talk about that.
10th Street said, "How are you guys today? Hope you both stay warm. I appreciate it. It's reason."
Yo, it dropped to 35.
Yeah, we had snow over here.
Y'all had snow?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Some other character said, "What's up, fella?" Leslie Frankenstein was snooze. Ooh, we getting some in here. We getting some movies people didn't like.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Predator Badlands was
definitely
great.
want to talk about that.
It was the same as Predator 87. Otherwise, I have no complaints. Well, it's part of the plot why he doesn't look like the rest of the Predators. So
true.
It would be weird if he did. Kiara,
hey,
what's up?
Hey, Kiara.
Bugonia.
Yo, Kiara dropped this banger Pokemon the First Movie video on her podcast, rather, on her channel today. I was listening to it. It's awesome. First of all, let me tell you something about Kiara. She can sing.
Yes, she can.
Sing. And the opening to her video, I want to be the very best. that no one ever was. To catch them is my real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel far and wide. Oh, and I'm sorry. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. Something, something, something. The power that's inside Pokemon. What I just did, she Beyonce that, right? She put the Beyonce, she put it through the Kiara filter, which got it much better than what I just did, right? So
The Kiara
y'all check that out. I got goosebumps, literal goosebumps listening to it.
Yeah, she was killing it.
And I'm not just saying that. You know what I'm saying? That she killed that.
She's out here. Someone else that also killed it. We're going to transition into our second spoiler review. And that's Guillermo del Toro with his long-awaited passion project. He's been working on this film for the last 10, 15 years trying to get it done. And that's Frankenstein.
Big Frank.
So, Big Frank. This is a movie that I heard about. I saw pictures of early in the year. There was like, oh, is it going to get a theatrical release? And then found out because of all the hype it was. But the pictures that they showed and everything didn't excite me, right? Like they kept showing the picture of Oscar Isaac like this. And I was like, okay. I like Oscar Isaac, but this don't look that, whatever. But then like closer at the release and people started seeing it early, people were like, yo, this is the one. This is the one. And then you in the chat, the Evan Edition, shout out to the Evan Edition, one of my fellow Cinebros. We do live stream every other Sunday on his channel. And he said, he texted me right after he got out of the movie, Zach, you need to go to the theater and watch Frankenstein. Do not wait for Netflix. This is a theatrical film. And I'm all about supporting the theatrical experience. If someone is telling me this is a theater movie, go watch it in the theater, I'm gonna do it. So I did what I never do. I went to a non-Regal theater. I paid money out of my check, which I never do anymore. Cash Money Records, 97. And
from the 99 to the 2000s. Right? I don't know what you're talking. What's 97?
I don't know. I picked the wrong year.
That's crazy. Your black card is about to be revoked.
Hey. And I went in there. I went to old school theater, the Angelica, where the seats are straight, and if someone's tall and sit in front of you, you just can't see the screen.
That's right.
And I was all the way in the back because I went to go see something else first, and then I was like, let me just go watch Frankenstein. It was on the way. So I was all the way in the back of the back, next to the wheelchairs. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, just the opening scene. I was like, oh yeah, I see why this is a theater movie. This is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
You know how hard it is to make the dark, wintry Antarctica gorgeous?
Yes.
That movie
I forget that it was Antarctica because it looks so damn good.
Yeah.
Talk about your hype going into the film and talk about your first initial reaction after watching it.
I was very hyped going into the movie because a lot of my homies, people who are also cinephiles, did go to see it. And I'm like, yo, this the one. I was like, yes, I'm excited. So I actually went in pretty excited for it. Guillermo del Toro has never failed me. Even though Shape of Water should not have won the Oscar. I like that movie. And I was like, what are y'all doing? Because you know what it went over? Get Out.
Yes.
Lady Bird. Bird Lady? Lady Bird. 3 Billboards in Ebbington, Missouri, which is trash. So I'm glad it won over that. Okay. That movie is awful.
Wow. I've never heard that.
There's a few others that were like, yeah, this is better than that. So, but that's neither here nor there because Shape of Water was dope. And honestly, I can't think of a Guillermo del Toro movie that I haven't liked. Pan's Labyrinth, Blade 2,
Pacific Rim.
I was a big monster. I couldn't think. Yeah, Pacific Rim, Hellboy 1 and 2. Hellboy 2 is so underrated. That movie's fire. So yeah, now we're coming back to Big Frank. Which one?
Pinocchio.
I have not seen that.
Oh, yeah, another Netflix film he did. Very, very good. Not stop motion.
You know what's interesting, Zach? When it comes to certain directors in Netflix, there's a very much a stop playing with me kind of attitude that I feel like they take with them. I think
Yeah.
that Guillermo del Toro is one of them. I also feel like Rain Johnson, uh,
Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson. Yeah, the Knives Out movies, right?
Yeah.
They really let them do what they want to do. Also, Scorsese, he's another one, because I feel like a lot of directors who come over to Netflix, Zack Snyder included, are kind of like, hey, you can make your little movie, but we're gonna make it Netflix style.
Yeah.
And Guillermo del Toro, Ryan Johnson, and Martin Scorsese is like, hey, yo,
Nah, I'm making my movie.
give me my money and get out my face. I'm gonna get you an Oscar. How about that?
And
Right?
I think the girl who directed Barbie and Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig, I feel like it sounds like she's doing the same shit because they were telling her Narnia is going to be streaming exclusive. She said, "You're giving me 2 month theatrical release." They're like, "Okay, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Yeah, because
one
stop
gets
playing with
that."
me. Right. Because you can't get Oscar nominations if you're not in the theater. If you're not in the
Yeah,
theater in New York or LA for, I believe it's at least a weekend or a week,
you got to be at
you
least a week. Yeah,
yeah, you can't get an Oscar nom. And you know they ain't working that hard for nothing. So yeah, so I'm glad that Netflix kind of stepped out of the way with these, because I have heard that Pinocchio's good, but Frankenstein is phenomenal.
yeah,
This is yeah. So when I walked out of the movie, elated. I loved this movie, and the storytelling, the atmosphere, the the layers to the movie as well. And the movie went in a lot of different directions I didn't expect it to go.
hmm
And so, and it also like rested on that Frankenstein theme.
yeah,
When you want to talk about themes, now I remember this theme. But it also rests on that Frankenstein theme of, you think the monster is the creature. No, the monster is Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein. He's the monster. As the movie progresses, you see the creature gain its humanity, and you
yeah,
see Dr. Frankenstein lose his. And that's kind of the 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 paths that they both cross towards where, when they finally have their final scene together, it's recognized.
yeah,
That's exchanged. It's I think what makes it really powerful is the reason why the creature was chasing Frankenstein. It wasn't
yeah,
for revenge. It wasn't for anything except for, I'm going to live forever. I need a companion to live with me because I
yeah.
can't continue to live
You
like
did
that.
this to me. You need to fix it.
Right. Which, and he was completely justified in that. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So when you take your glasses off, you really can't see, because you look like you blind. You look really blind right now. You like, I can't see a
Everything is
centimeter.
blurry.
That's crazy. That's wild. Um, yeah, but anyway, you know, you can get Dr. Frankenstein, find you some 20/20 eyes, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know
Switch them
about that.
out.
That should look painful.
Yeah, it did. And so with Frankenstein, I really love the way that it leaned onto his themes, but also gave us an entertaining movie as well. Not only is it very high in terms of its philosophy and thematic reasonings, or happenings rather,
Yeah.
the action in the movie is dope too, right?
Yeah.
Frank
Yeah.
Frank got busy.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna call the creature Frankenstein, because you know Frank Jr. got busy. You know what I'm
Frank Jr.
saying? So I was like, y'all should stop messing with him.
You stop shooting at this man. You
Yeah.
already did it 7 times. He's still alive. Run.
Yep. Yep. I felt for them dudes on the boat, because they was like, we ain't got nothing to do with this.
Not a damn thing. We was here trying to survive, and you just came out of
Right.
nowhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So talk to me about like your experience with Big Frank.
Yeah, with Big Frank. I had a great experience with Big Frank because just like we keep talking about, this movie fits right into that of the biggest movies of the year in terms of like society, generational trauma, how your
Yep.
parents treat you. And this one is even a little bit more specific because a lot of the other films they talk about their parents, but we literally saw the parents birth, like somebody birthed their kid and how
Yeah.
they react to it. So First of all, Mia Goth played 2 different characters in here, and I didn't realize she was the mother.
What?
She played Frankenstein's mom.
I didn't know that either.
That's the same person. All they did was put eyebrows on her, and I was like, oh. I saw the side by side picture, and I was like, that is Mia Goth. But I couldn't. I'm used to her with eyebrows.
Yeah. When she first showed up, I was like, is that Mia Goth? And it was. It was like, what is that?
And it explains kind of like the obsession that he had with her, because like she looks exactly like his mother.
Yeah. More than her look convinced me it was Mia Goth.
Yeah.
It was the fact that she was acting weird. I'm like,
yeah,
she feels Mia Gothish. Yeah. She's giving me a Goth. So yeah.
I love the general thing, because the big theme here for Victor Frankenstein is the fact that his father was cold. He was kind of a monster. He was the reason why his mom died, and he grew up trying to figure out how to cheat death so this would to other people and not to be like his father. And in the midst of that obsession, madness, he became his father, because he would create back. I think a little bit.
Yeah, you're freezing up. You got a little RoboCop dance going on. You in the Matrix. You're a little blurry.
Okay.
But we love you.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna keep going, even though I'm blurry.
Yeah. All right.
So I love the fact that he ends up turning into his father, because he starts treating his son terribly. And I think this was a good theme that a lot of people aren't talking about, is how men are obsessed with creating life, but they are not obsessed with what you need to do after you create that life. We see that a lot. Especially, we both can talk about that in terms of our parentage, and kind of like, just like, yeah, I want to have this legacy. I want to have this kid, but you don't realize, like, you have to raise them. You have to raise them to the point, that vision you had of this genius or this great athlete or whatever you think your son is going to be. You have to get that person there. He's going to be a dumb baby that you have to teach and make them smart. And Frankenstein didn't understand that in this movie. He was like, oh, he doesn't know how to talk. He only has one word. He can't do this. He can't do that. It's like, yeah, it takes time. You birthed a 7-foot baby.
Right. But you could see when Frank Jr. meets up with that family, especially specifically the old man, later on in the movie. Yeah, we definitely talking spoilers. Later on in the movie, you see what happens when someone takes time to nurture Frankenstein or Frank Jr. I know, like, we're gonna get flagged. Oh, the creature's not Frankenstein. It's the guy. We know. That's why we call him Frank Jr. Because the creature, he deserved a name. What's up?
I agree with that. Was one of my only things with the movie. I think at the end he should have named him.
Right. Agreed. So I thought he was going to do that in the final scene.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen. So, but no, yeah. So, like, when he's spending time with the old man, and the old man teaches him how to read, he teaches him, like, even more about his humanity, world history. He's got so many books that he's going through, right? He is an intelligent creature who's not been given the time or the care to develop. You put 15 niggas together from dead bodies and said, yo, you should be intelligent. I feel like if I died and I was just like the arm part of like 15 other niggas, I would assume that person would have a bad time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
I'm just thinking about how much pain he was when he woke up.
Right.
Like, that can't be comfortable. He was literally stitched together.
Yeah.
Stitched together. Powered by lightning.
Exactly. Like, the electricity bill had to be crazy out there.
Crazy. Oh, let's talk about, before we go on that, Christoph Waltz, who no one's talking about. He was so good in this damn
movie. Was great in this film. You know what I thought when he first showed up? What I thought when he first showed up was like, I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, it feels
I was surprised. I didn't look at the cast list. I had no idea who was in this movie.
Me neither.
Other than
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, Oscar Isaac. I had no idea who else was in this movie. So everybody was a surprise. I was like, oh, a little bit of Mia Goth. Okay. And then when I looked it up afterwards, it was like, Jacob Elordi is the creature. I'm like, who's that? And then I was like, oh, it's the guy from The Thing. with the
Jake
team,
from Euphoria. Yeah.
acting crazy. Yeah, from Euphoria. Of course, I didn't recognize him. He looked like the creature. And I didn't know his name. Now I know his name, and we should.
Yeah, I want to compare him to what Bill Skarsgård did for Nosferatu, because Bill
Mm,
Skarsgård did a phenomenal job as
yeah,
Nosferatu. You couldn't even tell it was him, and I think he does an equally great job here, with the creature Frank Jr.
yeah,
because Jacob Elordi usually plays pieces of shit, right? Like that's
true.
where Nate in Euphoria, he played Elvis and Priscilla, piece of shit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in the Kissing Booth. That's how he got famous.
Saltburn. He was
Saltburn,
also a piece of shit.
piece
Yeah.
of shit. Kissing Booth, where he got famous, he was a piece of shit. So, like,
Mm.
it was nice to see him play something like a good person.
Yeah. Play against type. Yeah.
You play against type, but he have so much range because to play the baby and all that, and then kind of like become this Shakespearean tragic character to
Yeah.
play the monstrous of him. And he said, and like the scene he had where his dad was using the grenades against him was amazing.
Ding.
What
Consistent
happened?
theme throughout Guillermo del Toro's movies.
What?
The creatures are never
The monster.
the monsters.
Yeah.
Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, this movie, Hellboy. Yeah. The creatures are never the monsters. It's always the humans, right? Even in Pan's Labyrinth, he's going up against Nazis, right? And what I believe that was Nazis. It definitely looked like Nazis. Oh yeah, he was going up against Nazis in Hellboy. Hellboy was going up against Nazis. It's a lot of Nazis.
he don't like Nazis.
He don't like Nazis, nor should he. Right? We know where Guillermo stands.
Yeah.
So, oh wait, hold on. What is this saying? Oh, I need to plug my computer in.
Bad boy,
going on 6%.
Jacob Elordi, one of the best performances of the year. He was fantastic as the creature. He brought so much humanity to a character that could easily have been played as a joke or not taken as seriously. And I think he did a really good job with the nurture nature part of it, which Kiara Submarine Reviews was doubling down with us. And also, you said you heard a lot about good things about Frankenstein. Haven't watched it? Was it scary? It's not scary. There's like a gothic horror aspect to it, but it's not scary. I would say that. So I definitely think he's someone that should get nominated for this movie. He did such a great job I don't know if I think he would go as supporting actor. On the other side of that, Oscar Isaac was fantastic as Victor Frankenstein.
Absolutely.
And I think he also was one of the best performances of the year. He had so much rage and sadness and a superiority complex that you could just see in his eyes. And Guillermo del Toro, they asked him, how did you choose who to cast? And he says, I cast based on eyes. And I saw the rage inside of Oscar Isaac's eyes and the madness in his eyes. I was like, there you go. And Jacob Elordi, he said, I saw that sadness and that auteur in him through his eyes. So
Jacob Elordi,
he's a replacement. Did you know that? Did you know Jacob was a replacement? He wasn't original.
No, I didn't. Who was it supposed to be?
Garfield was the original monster creature.
Oh, he could have definitely did this. Yeah.
He could have definitely did this.
Yeah.
I think Jacob did a great job, and this is a great opportunity for him to elevate him, because I think Andrew Garfield's already in a good spot. So I'm happy Jacob got the opportunity, but Andrew Garfield could have killed this.
Absolutely. And both of them have sad eyes. They're both sad. Yeah. They both, I don't know if they're sad human beings, but they're sad looking human beings. Like, they're not sad looking. They have sad eyes, right? They did a good job of conveying sadness. I'm trying not to like disparage their looks, because neither one of them are like ugly human beings.
No,
you know what I mean? But I'm just saying they got the sad eyes down.
Andrew Garfield's the saddest Spider-Man.
Yeah. Did you think, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Mia Goth's involvement in the movie, right? I thought she did a great job. I thought she really did a masterful job of playing the middle, where it was like, it's almost like the girl who likes the bad boy, but the bad boy goes like a little bit too far. It's like, hey, maybe don't try to burn your kid alive. How about that? Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe, you can break some laws. Burning your kid alive, that's not cool. You know what I mean? We can't roll. I thought that she was going to roll, right? For a while. I also thought when she died that she was going. Spoilers tag is
You almost there. Back this way. This way.
right here.
No, it's not. Keep going. There you go. Okay, yeah.
You know what's crazy? It is on that side on my side. So I
Oh,
think
okay. My bad.
Yeah. But yeah, like I do feel like when she died, I thought when Lil Frank was saying, "Yo, make me a companion,"
Yeah.
I thought he was going to take me a God's body
And make her the bride.
revive that John, Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I thought.
Yeah,
And honestly, I wish that happened.
same.
That was one of the things that I felt like was missing for me in there to kind of like fulfill her arc.
Yeah,
Because the reason why I want to say that is because she's very representative of his mother in a way where his father kills his mother. That leads him into this path.
Mhm.
And then he kills his brother's loved one. And the motherly person for Frank Jr.
Yeah,
So he ends up becoming his father fully by killing her.
right.
So I would have loved for it to that he revives her because he didn't get to revive his mother and give his son that eternal companion. Whether it's a mother-son situation or a like you are my boyfriend-girlfriend situation, I would have loved for that to be fulfilled. So that's one thing that I felt like the movie was missing.
I agree. It felt like that was kind of an open-ended rhyme that they never fulfilled, right?
Yeah.
It felt like that it was leading towards that. However, it's not what they decided to do wasn't bad necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
It just wasn't as good as it could have been, right?
Yeah.
However, Colin, this is still a phenomenal movie in my opinion.
Still a phenomenal movie.
It's
Let's
one of the
another reason why.
Yeah.
Other than the story, the performances, the score, which we didn't even talk about.
It was great. Yep.
Let's talk about the technical aspects of it. I think this story could be great on its own. The acting is great on its own, but if it didn't look and feel the way it does, it wouldn't be elevated to like what we're talking about.
You know what you don't have to worry about with Guillermo del Toro is whether or not the movie's going to look good. He does such a masterful job of hiring the right people for all of his creature designs, makeup, because he does a lot of practical effects. Not I don't know if there was any CGI in this. I mean, of course,
pretty sure.
Of course,
yeah, but it's not noticeable.
It's 2025, right? But it's not noticeable, right?
The wolves were
the
CGI.
wolves. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you could train up a wolf the way that they should go, and they won't depart from wolf life, right?
Bars.
Ignore me. But yeah, so like the setting of the boat when we first get there, that was incredible because it was vast. Everything felt huge. Everything felt like
theater worthy.
Yeah, I'm in an enormous situation, sir. Hey, get it together. Hey,
you and your hands.
I mean, this. Oh, I talk with my hands, so it's kind of you whack, dog.
You got to go down here. You got to hit it with the. Yeah, see, no blood.
You know what I'm saying?
6'7".
If my kids hungry, sets the dishes out their kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Freeway got the hood on smash.
So Philadelphia.
It's a rocking area. Yeah. Pop's trying to shut me down. Cop trying to shut me down. Haters trying to hit me up. Sorry.
So if you don't know what the theme of Film Club is where I try to talk about movies analytically, and then Kenny's ADHD dives into other places, and I have to like guide it back. That's Film Club. And I'm not mad at it because that was funny and entertaining.
If you didn't do something, I was going to keep going. So I'm glad that you said something.
My job, guys, if you don't see it, is to make sure Kenny stays on track. Give you guys polls, get through all our notes. Kenny gets to have fun. He has the easy part.
I mean, I be doing stuff. I be making graphics and what have
I'm
you.
messing with you.
But no, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you definitely have but that's like everybody in my life. Everybody in my life is like, this nigga's a burden. We need to get rid of him.
I ain't say all that. I'm not
saying.
You know what I'm saying?
We need to get rid of this nigga. But no. But no, yeah.
About the technical aspects of it.
Yeah, technical aspects.
Production design. Castle looks amazing.
Yes.
The one that he grew up in, the one that he uses to make the creature, The boat was amazing. The little farm, which
Mm-hmm.
farm was like the most wholesome part of the movie and ends
Absolutely.
in the most tragic way. I was so
Yeah.
pissed when the goddamn dogs came back
Yeah.
and he wasn't there. Like, I understand the hero's journey aspect, right? You go, you have to leave to gain your knowledge, you come back to your parent with the knowledge. That's the hero's journey.
Right.
And usually at the end of the hero's journey, a lot of times the hero comes back and something that happens to their family, and then they go
Mm.
off to do stuff. So he utilized that really, really well. I really love that old man, how
He
soft he
was
was
so
with
wholesome.
him.
Yeah.
I'm a little mixed with the fact that he was blind because it made it feel like only a blind person could treat him well. That's a little bit
I
of it, but I get it.
but here's the thing. The reason why I don't have an issue with that is because as kind and loving as that old man was, he's still a human being. And human beings are deeply flawed individuals, right?
Yeah.
It takes someone who is very special to know that you have those kind of issues and will still not want to call it issues, but know that you have those kind of quirks, if you will,
Yeah.
and still continue on. That's why Alicia in like a Fantastic Four lore, who dates Ben Grimm, knowing she's blind, but she knows that he's a rock because how unless he's just like mad ashy, you know what I mean? He's like super ashy, with so ashy that he's got like caked on skin that formed rocks. That's a problem. That would be a problem.
Yeah.
He's like, nigga, you ashy. I'm blind, but I still got my feels. You know what I'm saying? I got my other senses.
When you walk around, I hear the gravel move.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that I'm cool with that because it's human nature to be really cool in a lot of areas, but kind of deficient in this one. And also, let's be real. Niggas sit together with 15 different body parts, walks into your house.
Yeah, yeah.
We gonna have a problem.
Yeah. And
I'm
then
not even saying a fight problem.
Mia Goth had no issue with how he looked, right?
Right.
Like, she was trying to be very caring about him,
Mm-hmm.
and like telling Victor Frankenstein, like, you need to raise him. Like, he's
Right.
a baby. You can't
But
say, oh, he failed.
Yeah. Part of the reason why she was cool with it is because she was aware that this is what Victor was trying to do, right?
Yeah.
I'm putting the body together. 15 parts, 15 niggas, right? It's like, did you expect that to look like Michael B.
Right.
Jordan? No. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel like, yeah, the technical aspects of this movie were
Practical.
absolutely, incredible, man.
Now, two more things I want to talk about. Do you feel like this version of the film is going to feel timeless? Do you feel like in 10 years, people go back and watch it and it's going to hold up really well? Do you feel like it's going to enter the analogs of that? And this is for any question I ask Kenny, this is for the chat as well. So you guys can answer that as well if you've seen Frankenstein. Do you feel like this could feel like a timeless film over time?
Yeah, I definitely feel like if we are 10 years from now and go back and revisit this, that it is a film that we will appreciate 10 years from now as much as we do right now. And the reason why I say it is because I don't remember any Guillermo del Toro movies that I can go back to and be like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So he has a really good track record of making those timeless things. You want to know why? Lots of practical effects.
Yeah. And style. He has a specific style that he puts onto it so it doesn't feel dated.
Yeah.
He makes things feel like that gothic feel just feels timeless. Like, it never feels super dated. And I think he does a really good job of that.
Hellboy today.
He didn't do that, but yeah.
Hellboy today looks great. Looks one of the best ever, like costume designs and makeup for a superhero I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He looks amazing, right? So in the second one, I forget what the person was called, but the guy that was like all white, also looks incredible, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, his style is timeless.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the fact that he used mostly practical effects and CGI to touch things up, it won't look bad in 10 years. A lot of times when things are all CGI, in 10 years you're like, oh, this is dated as shit.
Mm-hmm. So
last thing, go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to ask you. So no, as a matter of fact, no, you ask your question because I feel like my question is like a final question kind of question. So
okay. So last thing, one of my favorite segments to do, because I love talking about this shit, and go on my Instagram because I predicted my Oscar predictions on there. Not my Instagram, on the Film Club Instagram. Go check that out. Give that post some love. Is
You know what's
award
funny?
to watch. What's up?
This was the question I was going to ask.
This is the question. Great minds think alike.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that this is definitely getting all the below the line nominations, and when below the line nominations means like the non-acting nominations, so that's like production design, cinematography, score, editing.
Yes.
I could see maybe it not getting editing because there's a lot of other movies that might get it, but I feel like production design is obviously, and cinematography is obviously
For sure. Makeup.
Score also at the same time. I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely see it getting in. There's a lot like Sinners and a bunch of other stuff, one battle after another. Also have more popular scores, so I could see them getting it over.
Yeah.
And also Netflix has like 3 or 4 movies that they're fighting to get into the Oscars. So I'm a little afraid of what's going to happen to Frankenstein in that category. Because they have Jay Kelly, they have this black and white movie by Richard Linklater that's coming out soon. They have another movie as well. I think Knives Out, they're going to push for the Oscars as well. The new one that's Wake Up Dead Man. So Frankenstein definitely has competition. Luckily, House of Dynamite is out of here because that movie was garbaggio. But yeah, I think in terms of acting, I would love for Oscar and Jacob to get in. But if only one can get in, I think Jacob Elordi should get in for the creature.
I agree. I think that Oscar Isaac was incredible in this movie, but Jacob Elordi or the creature is the star. The creature is the star of this movie. Whether or not Oscar has top billing, he is the stir that. Nope, he's not the stir that straws the drink. He's the straw that stirs the drink. Because I got that backwards. But yeah, he makes his whole thing go. And I definitely feel like with his performance, he'll be nominated.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might even have a good chance to win. I'm wondering, Zach. Here's how I'm going to frame it, because I feel like, at least I believe. I don't want to speak for you, but I'm going to say we, and you can correct me. I feel like we both believed that Sinners was kind of a lock for certain things, but that was much earlier in the year. Since then,
so early. Yeah,
we've had One Battle After Another, and we've had Frankenstein. These are the only other 2 movies that I feel like are kind of, hey, we're going to get them awards now. We're going to get them so far.
Oh, is that me? Oh, was that you? Was that me? Oh, I can't hear you. Well, Kenny figures out what the hell just happened. Let me see what you guys are saying. Obi Line says, "I hope you're doing well."
Back.
There you are. Let me just go through these real quick.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go through them.
Apparently, Waltz is in Dracula. Oh yeah, he is in Dracula. He looks ugly as shit in Dracula. I don't know if you ever seen that version of Dracula. No. I'm not saying him personally. The makeup and stuff purposely made him look bad.
So wait, what Dracula movie is this? Is this coming up?
No, old Dracula movie Christoph Waltz is in. Like an old one. I don't know if it's Dracula 2000 or Dracula Untold or whatever. One of those movies. It's like old. But there's a person, the bars in hell, guys. I think they're talking about the fact that he didn't want to raise the kid.
Right.
Sean Kenny, what's up?
Yeah.
He said, "What is just me, or did this movie not let any moment linger? Every payoff emotional moment felt like it was speed running. What's up, fellas?" Interesting.
Yeah, I agree with that. I never felt like the movie dragged at any point.
Yeah.
I had one person when I was talking about I usually post on Threads, seated for such and such, right? I gotta stop doing with my hands. I'm gonna fix that because I'm gonna fix him. My camera. So I posted on Threads, seated for such and such, and I didn't see this comment after I saw the movie, thank God. But they were like, yeah, just try to make it through the first 2 acts, and it really pays off in the end. Yeah, it paid off from the start for me. Like I was locked in from beginning to end, right? So I really enjoyed the majority of the film. Well, actually, pretty much all of the film.
I agree with you because I
Yeah,
saw a lot of people talking about how the first act is bad. I've seen reviews talk about it. I've seen people on
interesting.
Twitter talking about it, and I'm like, the first act is so important. Like,
Yeah,
I was so locked into his journey as a kid, how Frankenstein got to where he was, and why he made
right.
it. Even like one of the best scenes is him with the students with the body with the ball. He's throwing it up, and then like his
Yeah,
body get up. That was incredible.
yeah.
I didn't understand. I don't know if it was because people just wanted to get to the creature or what, but I didn't feel like the movie speed run through. I think it did speed run through some aspects of it, like especially like his mom dying. Like we didn't get to sit with him with that and other stuff. Like, but
Hmm.
we understood where the pain was coming from because of how he was acting throughout the movie. So I didn't feel like I needed him to sit there and mope about it.
I think if you could have added anything to this already very long movie, was maybe him failing a little bit at making
Mhm.
Frankenstein. Because I feel
Yeah,
like when we meet him, he's got it figured out, right? And then
yeah,
from there, he just needs the funding to complete it.
and
But
the
it never
place.
feels like he ever struggled to get
Mm,
Frank there. As a matter of fact, the only thing he struggled with was getting the equipment set up in time, right?
yeah,
And, like the thing was falling and the thing was bent and all that other good stuff. So he didn't really struggle to make Frankenstein from what we saw.
yeah.
So I think if anything, we
He
could have saw
kind of
more.
did, but they didn't. They talked about it. We didn't see it
Right.
because
Yeah,
he
we
was like,
didn't
"Yo, your
see.
deadline, because you haven't gotten this done. Your deadline is here." And he's
Yeah,
like, "I need more time." And he's like, "You don't have more time." So I
yeah,
wish we'd have gotten to see that failure, like even
right.
if it was a montage.
Because if we see the failure, right, we see the failure and then we go into a montage and then we see the success, it brings more meaning, it brings more value to it. And it makes I want to call it the betrayal, the abandonment of Frank, even little Frank, even more uh, 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 powerful, if you will, just
Yeah,
because he spent so much time making him. We saw it, we saw him fail, we saw him get with it and then or not get with it. We saw him like create it, and then it's here now,
yeah.
and he's abandoning it.
And
It's
now he's
almost
just
like this dude had postpartum, right? He was like,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, not the,
No, I'm gonna get what you're
yeah,
saying.
I mean, not trivializing postpartum whatsoever, because
Yeah,
it's real. And
we're gonna be talking
it's
about that a
tough.
little later too.
Yeah, we will, and I think I'm going to disappoint you with what I have to say about
Well, I already saw your rating on Letterboxd. I already know.
it.
Uh,
Yeah. Hmm.
Hopefully, Sinners has a re-release around Oscar season. Let's get back to what you were talking about in terms of Sinners. In terms of
Yeah.
like early in the year, we thought it was locked, and now kind of later in the year. I
Hmm.
think that there's a lot of smaller movies that's coming out in the next 2 months that is going to put Frankenstein, What About Another, and Sinners in danger. Right? Those are the
Yeah.
more mainstream stuff. We have Hamlet coming out soon. Sentimental Value is getting a wide release this Friday, finally, and that's
Okay.
been a front runner for a long time for Best Actress and Best Picture. Hamlet, Jessie Buckley is the lead in that, and they're saying that she has the Best Actress locked, and she's the one to beat.
Interesting.
And that movie is supposed to be getting Best Picture as well. We have a couple other movies like Jay Kelly and a bunch of stuff that's smaller that is more Oscar friendly than these films. Because the thing is, a lot of mainstream fans is trying to get these genre films into the Oscars, right? Like Avatar,
Right.
Wicked, Sinners, Weapons, and this, right? That's
Yeah.
5 genre films. And Weapons is only really just for Gladys, right? Best supporting
Hmm.
actress. I want to get
Yeah.
her in there. She was fantastic in that movie.
She is.
Um, we it's hard to get one genre film in the Oscars, right? Like we got The
Sure.
Substance last year.
Yep.
Nosferatu got maybe like a production design shit, but they didn't
Yeah.
recognize the rest of that movie. Everything Everywhere All at Once was a big winner, and that
Yep.
was interesting. But like before that and after that, we haven't really seen them really touch genre films. For
Yeah.
them to get potentially 5, I don't think that's happening. So a
Yeah.
lot of these smaller films, especially international films that we haven't seen yet. Like It Was Just an Accident. That's another movie that I'm
Oh,
hearing fantastic things about,
I haven't heard of
and
that.
No Other Choice, which I'm hearing fantastic things about.
Okay.
And for No Other Choice, also is part of the One Bad After Another, Bugonia, like society's fucked up. Like, it's basically he lost his job and he's applying for a job and he's killing the other people who are applying for the job so he can get hired.
Sir, I don't know if that's the way to go about it.
Yeah. So I think Frankenstein, Sinners, and One Bad After Another have a little bit of competition in these categories in terms of getting nominated in the way we want.
Okay. So I think what's really interesting about this year as opposed to last year is that last year, this time, I was like, yo, there's so many women who are like killing it. Not that there's like, but there are so many great performances by women. I was like, yo, this Best Actress category is going to be insane. Right.
Yeah.
This year, I don't feel that much. I don't know that if it's, I haven't seen a lot of, I mean, I've
seen a lot of movies
compared to people who go to movies casually. I've seen more movies, but like, I like, I'm trying to like, other than like Wumi Mosaku, she stands out to me. I'm trying to think of somebody else.
I think because you haven't seen a lot of these festival films, that's been getting a lot of buzz, right?
Yeah.
So like Jessie Buckley, you're saying she's number one. What's her name? Oh my god! From If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. What's her name?
I wanted to see that. I didn't see it.
They're saying Cynthia Erivo from early previews is getting in, possibly
for Wicked Part 2.
For Wicked for Good. The lead of Sentimental Value, they're saying that she's getting in. Amanda Seyfried for the Temptation of Anne Lee, I think the name of the movie is called, but that's coming out on Christmas, so that's so late. There's a couple of performances that I've been hearing that are like locks and stuff like that we haven't gotten to see them yet.
Okay.
We've just kind of just been hearing about it. I think Sydney Sweeney is somebody people were talking about for Christie. Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love. And there's another movie also where like the performance is standing out. So there's like Gwyneth Paltrow for Marty Supreme, which is also something we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
So there's like 8 people that people are excited about.
Rainbow from One Battle After Another. That's not her name.
Chase Infinity?
Chase Infinity. I think I called her Rainbow last time we talked about her. Yeah. Yeah, Chase Infinity, I think, has an opportunity.
It depends on if they pick Chase or Tiana Taylor. I wonder who they're picking for lead.
I think they'll go Chase.
I hope so. I feel like Tiana Taylor's more... She's not in the movie.
Well, I don't think that not that it doesn't matter, but we've seen people win for not long run times. I believe Viola Davis
won. Not a lead, right?
Maybe not as lead, but yeah. But is Tiana Taylor the lead?
I think she's supporting, and I think Chase is supposed to be.
I agree.
But sometimes they put people on supporting actually in lead. I've seen that happen too.
What'd you say?
I said sometimes I see somebody that's in lead, and I'm like, that's a supporting actress. She's barely in the. She's like, why are you forcing her into lead? So it does happen. What I'm saying is, I don't see a lot of men. I don't know who the guys are for Best Actor. Like I know Michael B. Jordan, Leo,
yes,
Timothy Chalamet
for Marty Supreme.
Yeah, for Marty Supreme. I don't know who the other two are.
Aaron
Brendan Fraser for the movie, the foreign film he's doing, where he plays an actor who gets hired to be in part of people's families for a weekend in Asia.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait, I saw a trailer for that. Yeah, that looks good.
So I'm hearing people saying that he might get in for that. The guy from Civil War, they're saying that he might get in for this movie called The Secret Agent that hasn't come out yet. There's a movie called Train Dreams, which has a lot of hype. They're saying the lead actor Nair might get in. So there's some people. We just got to see these movies. I think the problem is that a lot of this is like film festival hype, and since I'm not in the film festival circuit just yet, I haven't gotten to see a lot of these movies.
So the interesting thing about that is I completely agree with you. I remember, I think it was 2023.
Yeah.
We experienced this. Yeah. What happened in December of 2023? Godzilla -1.
Yeah. American Fiction.
There's another one.
The Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw. There's one that's like right here in my brain that I
Something else
cannot.
came out. Yeah.
I have Letterbox. Let me use it.
Yeah. Afternoon Tune said, "Do you guys think this movie season is weaker compared to last year?" Only reason why is because a lot of the films that are getting buzz, we just like we just said, we just have not seen yet. I need to see these films.
Yeah. Oh, so let's recount this. December. Also, I agree with you. American Fiction, The Iron Claw, The Holdovers, Godzilla -1, Past Lives. I think that was a little earlier. We also had in December Poor Things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All of that dropped in December.
That's crazy. And I feel like that's about to happen again. I feel like a lot.
Wonka dropped in December of last year.
Yeah.
Right? So Wonka, The Color Purple, and some other stuff dropped in. Oh no, The Color Purple was the year before. But yeah, Dream Scenario, which I guess didn't get nominated, but
yeah, should have. But
yeah, but didn't The Hunger Games, Battle of Songbirds and Snakes, didn't that get nominated for something? Somebody got nominated for something. Tom Blythe,
but I don't think he got acting.
No, okay.
I think got technical stuff. Maybe
he got nominated for a Zachy for sure. But yeah, so. Oh wait, yeah, and then okay, yeah. So I think that's it for as far as the December movies that I remember of note. I think Anatomy of the Fall came out late.
Mm-hmm.
Dream Scenario. Oh, I already mentioned that. Oh no, Wonka was that year. Wonka came out that December.
Yeah,
that's.
I think Bulls Afraid also came out that late that year too. So it was a lot. A lot was coming out at one time, and I think that's what's about to happen to us right now. I think November and December is just going to be a flood because we're getting Avatar and Wicked, and those are two big movies.
Right, they're going to get a lot of technical awards for sure.
Yeah, I think Avatar is going to get a Best Picture nom most likely. So that's another genre film taking up space. I don't want to say taking up space, but you know what I mean. But Gerdenfer says, apparently the vinyl of the Sinner soundtrack comes with a small book, and one of my favorite authors is a contributor. Oh, that's dope.
Nice.
What's the author's name?
I was just going to ask that.
Zach says, Zach and Kenny, do you think Wicked Part 2 will get Best Director noms since Part 1 did not? I think there's going to be a lot of, we didn't do this for Part 1, so we're going to do it for Part 2 nominations. Like, I think they didn't give a Revo first one. I think they're going to get her this time. I think they didn't give John M. Chu the first time. I think he's going to get it this time. I think that's what's going to happen.
First of all, nominating Ariana Grande, who was great, and not nominating Cynthia Erivo is insane. That's crazy to me. You know why I can say it's insane? Emilia Perez.
Oh, God. But Cynthia Erivo wasn't up against Zoe Saldana. So I'll say that. She was up against other harder competition in the Best Actress that year.
It is my philosophy, my personal philosophy. I know that Oscars obviously feels different. That if the movie is trash, I don't care how good your performance is.
Shouldn't get in. But they didn't think that movie was trash because they gave it 12 nominations.
I don't get it. You know what it felt like? I think we talked about it back then. It legitimately felt like the conversation at the end of American Fiction when they talk about nominating a book where the two black people are like, yeah, this book is bad. And then the person was like, well, yeah, but we should listen to black voices. It's like we're here right now.
Yeah, they weren't listening to any of the people in the trans community. I was like, we don't want this representing us.
Exactly. It was like, yeah, but we want to listen to trans voices. Like, well, listen to us when we say don't do that.
Yeah.
Well, no, because we want you to be seen.
Not with this.
Am I in the Flashpoint paradox? Like, what's happening?
And for the only thing to win was a non-trans person. Ain't that funny?
Yo. It is. But you know what? I think that's because the lead actress.
Oh, Carla was wilding.
She was wilding. And so was the director. The director was wilding too.
Yeah. So they kind of tanked anything else that they could have won.
Yeah.
Zach Milne asks, have you guys considered putting the show on podcast apps? I think that's something me and him have to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I just need to know how much, like, my contract, right? Like the percentage Like what I'm getting, am I getting paid per play, right? And is the stream per stream, and how long does the stream have to be to count as an actual stream? Because I feel like if you press play on it at all, whatever revenue comes from that, I should be receiving, right? I shouldn't need to get they got to get 20 minutes into the podcast so that you can get like start getting like accruing revenue, right? So me and Zach are going to really have to talk about that. I'm going to get my lawyer involved. You know what I'm saying? We going to get this. We're going to get this worked out, okay? Because right now Zach has been giving me like oligarch vibes, right? Right? He's been giving me tyrant vibes. You know what I'm saying?
What?
He's been like the Zaslav of this production.
Zazzy. That is
Of the
crazy work.
production of the production house of the film club production house, right? So I don't know. Maybe we'll put a podcast out and he'll be like, I'm gonna cut that joint for tax purposes. And I'm be like, yo, what's up? So we gotta get the contracts worked out.
You are something else. You know that? Oh my god. I wish Cynthia Erivo would get some award love. Her voice brings me tears. I'm really mixed on Cynthia Erivo. I don't like her as a person. But she is a talented actress. Yeah. So it's like, yeah. Get nominated. I don't want to run.
Yeah, I'm of the mindset that I don't know, because I'm hit or miss with this type of subject. But if you were the best, you were the best, right? I'm not even saying that she was the best at the time, but if you should have been recognized, you should have been recognized, right? Even if your behavior is, but it depends on what the behavior was.
Depends on what the behavior is,
right? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, if you're Will Smith and you're winning a reward and slapping somebody, hey man, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm
back down. And
there's a lot of dynamics to that. There's a lot of nuance to that specific situation. So it's not all condemning, but at the same time, hey man, you're responsible for your own actions. You can't get up.
I think this is a good transition into Zach's question. It says, is Jonathan Major a possible nominee for Best Actor? Should he be? I thought he was insanely good in Magazine Dreams. Yes, he should have been nominated. Is he going to be nominated? Hell no.
Absolutely not. And he was great in Magazine Dreams. He really, really was. I think the biggest problem, the crimes, which is also nuanced too, because what he was charged with was not
what was going on
as serious as what people portrayed it to be, right? Yeah. So if you hear like assault charges, there are levels to assault charges, right? I could literally kick Zach in the shin, and you know what I mean, that's assault charges. But that's not even what Jonathan Majors did. He accidentally grazed her, not grazed. She obviously had some marks on her from like taking his phone back from her. It was never a boop, boop. You know what I mean? None of that. He was like, yo, give me my stuff. And then he ran. She chased him. And they arrested him. How does that work? Anyway, but that's neither here nor there. But if you look at the charges, what they actually are, and not just the terms that we are familiar with in a colloquial way, you're like, hey, yo.
Big words.
It's not great. The situation is not great. Can't excuse it. And his own actions and words didn't help. But we got to look at things for what they are. Anyway. Yeah. No, he's definitely not. Because to going back to Zach Milne's point, he was great in the movie, but the movie is way too close to his actual situation that he got in trouble for.
Yeah, like, to award him for that is nuts.
I remember when the movie came out, I was like, this is the worst movie to come out.
Yeah.
Because, so anyway.
Rose Byrne is the lady from If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. That actually is going to be put for rental next week. So be on the lookout for that. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna check that out. I'm excited for that. Favorite author, I'm gonna butcher this. Sorry, Hanif Abdurraqi. I probably said it wrong.
And he
All
does
his
direct
writing
too.
blows me away. He's a social music critic. Ooh.
Nice. Yo, I'd never finished him.
Is that? I think Kenny got kicked again. His camera don't like him today. All Amelia Perez proves is that the voters don't watch the movies. Yeah, that's true. Without the controversy, Majors would be getting nominated for sure. I agree. Because the male competition right now is not super duper strong. I still got to see The Secret Agent and a couple other films, but he was so fantastic in Magazine Dreams. While Kenny's figuring out his situation, let me move on to we were doing there we go. He's back. We were doing Frankenstein. We were actually making good time today. So let's move on to Predator Badlands, which is on the thumbnail. Kenny, my first question for you for Predator Badlands is what I always ask. What was your anticipation for this movie? Because
Oh,
I felt a certain type of way. How were you anticipating the movie?
can you give me like no wait, no, I did make it. Can we start this over?
Start with over.
This conversation on this?
Okay. So hey, that was perfect timing. So we're about to talk about Predator Badlands spoilers. This movie just came out this past Friday. Kenny, what was your anticipation for it going in, and what was your initial reaction coming out?
I was excited for this movie going in. I was really looking forward to this film from the perspective of a predator. I have a lot of interesting thoughts about that specifically too, but we'll get into that later. And you know, overall the trailers look good, but I think the thing that made me the most excited is that there has been this incredible resurgence of the Alien and Predator franchise, both individually and very soon, I'm assuming, together. And technically, this was together in a sense.
Yeah.
And I think that between Prey, Alien Romulus, Alien Earth, Predator Killer of Killers, and now this guy, Predator Badlands, I think that we are in a golden era of the Predator franchise, Predator Alien franchise. So I was excited because the previous four things I've seen leading into this were really good. So yeah man, that was kind of like I was like, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. I hadn't seen a trailer since the first one, months. So I didn't know what was going on when I got.
They kept playing the same trailer over and over, so
yeah,
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I just knew it was a predator who was small and a girl with no legs. So that's all I knew.
Yeah, basically what I knew was like it's a predator who is like young. He's on his last chance. If he doesn't do this thing, he's gonna get killed if he goes back home. Mm-hmm. That was basically what I knew. And then Ellie Fanning's fine ass was in there helping him with no legs. So, and that's pretty much is the premise, but there's so much more to the movie.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that. So Predator Badlands is about Deck. And he is what's the right word? He is a predator that is, I want to say, I guess, deformed. He's different from other predators, and that's why he looks different. A lot of people were complaining about in the trailers that he looks different from the predator design, and that's purposeful within the plot of the movie. He's supposed to look different.
I thought that it was a female predator. It was like, oh, it looks different because it's a female predator. She's going to be, you know, fighting alongside Elle Fanning and blah, blah, blah. I really thought that Deck was in the trailers. I was like, oh, cool. Like, we get to see a female predator. Female trailer. Oh, cool. We get to see a female predator go on her own mission and so on and so forth because Deck looks so different from the other predators, and she was smaller, or he was smaller in stature and stuff like that. Was all that's clearly a female predator, and we still haven't seen one.
Yes, we have.
We have a female predator.
The Killers was a female. The leader was a woman.
Oh yeah, I'm dumb.
Deck's mom, basically. That's Deck's mom.
Right.
Yeah, that's how they tied the movies together. What
I'm
a
not.
what a great way to end the movie.
Oh yeah, can we talk about at the end of this my theories of where we're going?
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Hmm.
In terms of, do you think this lives up to Prey? First of all,
I think Prey is a better movie than this.
okay,
I think this is a really good movie. I think Prey is easily better than this movie.
gotcha. I think I honestly, I think I prefer this to Prey.
Hmm.
I like Prey a lot. I just think that this was more focused and had more momentum going into it throughout the film. Where I feel like
Yeah.
Prey kind of lingered a little bit in certain aspects, but I still love that movie. I bought it, and
Hmm.
if I bought you, I love you. Um, but I'm just glad that it's not. Even if you don't think it's good as Prey, I'm just glad it's not just a big step down.
No, no,
Because
no, no,
it
no,
could have been a thing where he had Prey, which was good. Predators, Kills the Kills, which was great too.
no.
And then this
Fantastic.
movie that finally gets a theatrical film because the other two were streaming, and then it's like, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
but it's not like that at all. So talk about how you feel about Deck, because he's the main focus of the movie. He's trying to go on this mission. His brother gets killed by his father for not just murdering him on the spot
Right, right.
and saving him. And then he has to go on this Metroid-like mission where he crash lands on a dangerous planet and lose all his shit.
So one of the really cool things about Deck, he is a run. He's the run of the litter, so to speak. He's not as tall as his brother Quay. Shout out to Quay.
Shout
Pour
out
one
to
out for Quay.
Facts.
Big bro Quay. It was kind of weird hearing Deck, yeah, Quay, because it sounded like English. It was like
Yeah.
it was weird. Also, one thing I'm really happy about is that when what's the Thea?
Thea is,
Thea's the good one.
I think so.
Yeah. So when Thea uses the voice modulation in order to, or voice translator in order to have Deck understand her and her understand Deck, well, she already understood Deck. I like that we still didn't get Deck speaking in English. I love that choice
Yeah.
because
I
I
was
feel like
that's
if Deck
gonna
started
happen.
speaking English, it
Yeah.
would have been like it would have been awkward,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So I like that we stayed in that because honestly, it kind of keeps you engaged too. Like you have to pay attention to what's happening, especially when Deck is speaking, right?
Yeah.
And it was really cool to have that. But Deck overall, man, one of the things that I've really, as I've thought about this movie over the weekend, is his ingenuity separates him from the other predators, right? The other predators or the Yucha,
Yucha.
the
Yeah.
Yucha. Yeah, the other
Man.
Yucha, I'm sorry, yeah, the other Yucha, essentially, they are very reliant on their technology, right? You see, like in the very first Predator movie, after that Yucha loses his tech and starts getting beat up a little bit, he's like, bombs away. I ain't standing for this. We out of here.
I ain't coming for this.
Like we out of here, right? And Arnold was smart enough to realize those are probably numbers, and that looks like that's counting down. We out of here, right? So, have you seen the first Predator?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, so I do like I like the fact that Deck was so different because if you look at the movie throughout the movie, what does he do? You're right, boy. I'm sorry, my dog was doing something. He makes his own backpack, right? Out of the vines. He creates his own armor. His ingenuity allows him to take poison spit snake or acid spit snake and make it into his own little side draw. Little
Yeah. Took the razor leaves and stuff like that.
Another thing that's really great about Deck is that he learned constantly. He used his environment in order to fight, right? One of the things that I caught the second time I saw the movie, and not the first time, was Quay was like, yo, you're smaller than me. Use the cave. Quay was teaching him how to use what he had in order for him to be successful, right? So that's something he learned from Quay. He took to Jenna, which is the worst planet I've ever seen.
Yo,
the worst planet,
the Death Planet. Because sometimes you watch sci-fi movies and they call something a Death Planet. It's like
right,
but nah, this was from as soon as before he even landed.
Right,
he was still in the pod, landed down. He got attacked in the
yeah, but the pterodactyl.
Yeah, immediately on site. Crazy.
I already thought that Deck was in danger because I was like, so that's all you got? Because when he was falling, he was in that little bike thing. I was like, that's it? That's what you got? And then when it broke the glass, because it was really cool because it didn't show you that it was glass there. Yeah. But yeah, like Deck's ingenuity and stuff like that. So I've talked for long enough. What about you? What do you take away from Deck, my nigga Deck? Yeah. Which I can call my nigga Deck because the actor who plays him is black. So it's my nigga Deck.
True. I hope that actor gets more work because he did a great job.
Yeah, he did.
What I took from Deck was really interesting, and I think it ties into a lot of things. The familia part ties into kind of like Frankenstein and all these other movies, Bugonia, and how your parents shape you, the nature nurture aspect. Both his mom and his dad didn't nurture him at all. He's all raised by all by nature, right? Like, I have to survive. I want to stay in this clan. My brother is my rival. Like, everything he does, he learns on his own. And you talk about the brilliance of him adapting is because he had to on his planet. Right. Because they're literally out to kill him. Like, it was, he knows. If I F up, I'm dead. So I have to figure the shit out. So he was able to go to this planet where other Yacha, however say the name, went and died. Right? Like, so they made a fact of like other people who were probably bigger than him, more talented than him, went there and lost. Yeah. So I love that as well.
Listen to me. Listen to what I'm telling you. The grass is made of blades. The grass is trying to kill you.
Yes. The grass, the trees.
And I saw that and I was like, okay, cool. Like, because usually when they do stuff like that, they kind of like flake on it later in the movie and it becomes like, oh, he could actually walk through the grass. He just had to like calm his mind and recenter his spirit. And now he can walk through the bladed grass without being cut. He never went in that grass.
Like go away or whatever. Like for him and all that.
Yeah. He never went in that grass. As a matter of fact, the little proximity grenade thorn things he was walking through, that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying?
Then I'm saying the fruits even attacked him.
Yeah, the pterodactyl. I said that on purpose. The pterodactyl dropped that little rock in there and tried to kill him. Yeah. Everything is things are using other things on the planet to try to kill you. Like it's getting crazy. Crazy.
And one of my positives for this movie, which is also a little bit of a negative, is the fact that like as soon as he lands, not even the movie just starts out intense, right? He starts off fighting his brother. He goes from that to his father trying to kill him, to him crash landing on his planet, to get his stuff stolen, to get almost killed by the trees, and he gets almost go from getting killed by the trees to getting killed by a pterodactyl, then killed by the fruit plant cactus shit. And it was just almost like one thing after another. So I love that intensity and how we still were able to tell a story through all of it. It wasn't just mindless action. It was developing the story at the same time because he meets Ellie Fanning's character there, and she's a great companion. She was hilarious in the movie. I just wished the intensity of that kind of lasted a little longer.
I agree.
I wish we saw him go through a little bit more stuff, and I wish like the rest of the action felt like that. I felt like it felt a little looser and more traditional action movie for the rest of the film, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think part of that is, now I still enjoy this film, and I'm not one of those people who thinks everything has to be rated R in order to be good. But in this particular instance, when the pterodactyl, I'm doing that on purpose again, when the pterodactyl actually lands and tries to get Deck and Elle Fanning and Thea like tackles it and like stabs it with a knife, and we don't see it on camera. That indicates to us like, oh, we're playing in a safer sandbox than we would otherwise be doing, right? Yeah. Which is, it even like kind of lends towards the Saturday morning cartoon kind of thing where you can decimate a robot, but you can't kill a living creature, right?
Yeah.
If you saw all of the drone kind of guys who are with Thea's sister, whose name I can't remember, the evil one, like all of them were getting like disintegrated and decapitated, and all their legs are coming off. But in cartoons, in Saturday morning cartoons, the excuse was always they're a robot, right?
Yeah,
like it don't matter. It's a
They don't have
robot.
they
You
don't
can
kill
kill
anything.
them all the live long day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So you even saw like Thea's like insides when she was trying to connect her legs back together. If that was a
yeah,
human being with actual like organs trying to connect them together, they would not have shown it.
no,
Right. So I think that kind of took the teeth out of it, so to speak. But at the same time, they did a good job of working around that
yeah.
and still giving us a good movie.
I think the fact that there was no humans in this movie really helped with the fact that they could still do some cool violence
Yeah.
without it breaking the PG-13
Right.
because this movie was I saw there was kids in my showing and they were able to come because the movie is not this is not traumatizingly violent like maybe a
Right.
regular Predator or Alien movie would be.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that this movie had a crossover with Alien in that way, where it
Yeah.
wasn't exactly the Alien, but things that's within the universe, the Waitani, I forgot what the other name is, Waitani
Wailing
something.
Utani. Yeah.
Yeah, and they brought that in there, so it felt kind of. I talked about this in our Discord chat how this felt kind of like a Disney-fied version of Predator,
Yeah.
where it is PG-13. There's crossover world building. There's the cute little Grogu side creature. There's
Hmm.
also the talkative female side companion, and he's learning to get off his toxic masculinity and grow into more of a more well-rounded being. And
Right.
then the parent gets killed as well. And I'm not when the big giant monster that he was trying to kill. Like we get that emotional moment with the little one seeing his mom get killed. Like all that is very Disney tropes that they use. But I
Yeah.
think Dan Trachtenberg did a really good job of spreading it out throughout the movie
Hmm.
and giving very good emotional moments to each of that stuff where it didn't feel too tropey to where it was distracting. I only realized it after I watched the movie.
I'll say this two things. When Bud showed up,
Yeah.
I got really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
I was very like, oh God, we're going to turn this into a slapstick, like kind of like you said, Disney Five version of things. Because one of the things I was comparing it to, especially at the second time I saw it, was the Scorpion King, right? And
Mm,
not that it's bad like the Scorpion King was, and I don't honestly didn't even think the Scorpion King was that bad. Um, but what they do when they spin off a character, what I've noticed, especially if it was like a villain or a thing something that you was perceived as a villain in previous installations of the franchise, they will pair it with a very talkative woman.
yeah.
No offense to talkative women, be talkative. That's who you are. And some kind of cute creature or comedic Rob Schneider kind of or little creature kind of thing, right? They'll
Yeah.
give the really tough guy those two things to make it less intense, right?
Yeah.
Which worked for this movie, but still worried me. And it's also a trope that I'm not the fondest of anymore because I feel like it's being overdone.
Yeah.
I think that there is an issue that some of these studios have with letting the vicious characters be vicious because they're trying to market them, but they're
Yeah.
trying to market them to a wider base as
Yeah.
opposed to the base that actually was kind of like the driving force behind the fandom.
Yeah.
So one of the interesting questions that I had for you and for our audience too, audience, we ain't that important, and for our people in the chat who we appreciate is, were you disappointed by the fact that we didn't get to follow a predator as we typically know them? The really tough, the really tough warrior, strong-minded, kind of almost like stoic. Like I'm on a mission to kill this person, this creature, this whatever. Like the one we got in Prey and the first Predator movie and Predator 2, those are the predators we know. When we get to
Yeah.
an actual predator movie starring a predator as the lead, we don't get that. We get the runt of the family. Now, once again, this movie's good, really good. But were you disappointed by that at all?
Yeah, I was wondering when I saw the trailer for the movie how this was gonna work. Because
Mm-hmm.
a character like that, like just a straight up predator on a mission, I don't know how you can make that a 2-hour film. it feels more like a short film or part of Predator Killers of Killers, where it's like a 20-minute segment versus a 2-hour action film.
Yeah.
Because when you have a protagonist, whether they're vicious or bad or not, they have to have some type of personality. And
Right.
from what we know, Yachas don't have personalities, right? We don't
Well,
really get that much.
kind of. They kind of do. I'm not trying to cut you off or anything like
Yeah,
that, but when we even get to the very first Predator movie,
yeah.
he starts taking on the characteristics of the other fighters that are there. He starts
Okay.
laughing like them. He starts like, ho, ho, ho. Like he starts laughing when he does the bomb thing, and he didn't laugh before that. He didn't
Yeah.
laugh until you heard another human laugh. So I guess it's learned, but they have had these different kinds of person. But for the most part, they're just mindless killing machines, kind of.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
Mimic what they're going against a little
Right.
bit. But he felt like a full-fledged character, and I think what helped from the lack of that disappointment is that he was still a badass.
Yeah.
If he was just like Invincible, where he was just getting his ass beat the whole movie,
Right.
then but he was a badass, and he was on a planet that they stated and showed that these badasses that we do like to follow were getting killed.
Let me let this boy out. I'll be right back.
Yeah, let me read into some of these comments while you do that. Predator Badlands, in my opinion, has extended the lifespan of the franchise for 10 more years. I want a deck trilogy. I agree. I don't know if we're going to get necessarily a deck trilogy right away. I think the next step is to combine what happened in Prey, Killers of Killers, and this, and move that forward, and then eventually combine it with Alien franchise to get another Alien versus Predator film. But I do want to see more deck, and I think we will get more deck. I think they're building up a Guardians of the Galaxy like team with him. Ellie Fanning was missing her fine ass. Look, I noticed that. I was like, what's going on here? There was one scene, but I'm not gonna get too goonery on my chat. Just popping in for a minute before calling it a night. Frankenstein was solid but too long. Haven't seen the others yet. Have a great night. Everyone else slam that like button. Appreciate you, Del on Movies. Everybody go subscribe to him. Yeah, I can see Frankenstein being a little too long for people's. I think this is my second favorite Predator movie. What's your first favorite? What's your first favorite Predator movie? You have to be stranded on Jenna or Mustafar. Which do you choose? Let me see what these are. Mustafar. Oh, that's the volcanic. Oh God. And then is Jenna the planet name in this movie? What is Jenna? Jenna's a bird from Ethiopia. They had a lot of African stuff going on in this film. Okay, so yeah. I feel Mustafa. I would have. Those trees would have been dead. The I made it to what's that other thing called? I wouldn't have made it to. Thank you. To the pterodactyl. I wouldn't have made it all that stuff. So I would say Mustafar. You're on silence.
Yeah, so when I left the movie the first time, I literally thought to myself, I would rather live on Mustafar. So I'm so glad that Zach sent that question in, because I was like, Jenna is literally the worst planet I've ever seen, right? And like you explained earlier, we've seen a lot of like, oh, there's a terrible planet. It's like one snake monster on this drawing, and that's it. But this place was actively trying to kill you. And one of the cooler things,
almost unkillable monster on it too.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Yeah, let's talk about that guy. Go for it.
What was the name of it? Misk? Kalisk. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Which was really interesting because it was one of those things where it seems like this bloodthirsty, dangerous thing, but you end up finding out it was just trying to protect itself because things are coming there to kill it.
Right.
Kind of a Mickey 17 situation, right? Like the creatures looked scary in that movie. Kalisk looks scary. You come in there to try to kill it before its DNA because it has regenerative things that's going on where it can regenerate itself even from things that would kill a normal thing. And that's so alien, right?
Mhm.
Aliens, they're always going places trying to get stuff from other aliens to find a way to extend human life.
Yeah.
And when I saw that this thing could regenerate, I was like, oh,
Right.
especially when he chopped his head off. I was like, oh,
Yo,
you got
when
it.
he chopped his head off and it quickly got his head back,
Yes.
I was like, hey, man, I understand why everybody was dying. I understand why the Yucha was like, we ain't going there.
Yeah, because it's like, what do we do with this thing?
Yeah.
So I really and for whatever reason, I just didn't think Bud and was the kid of that. I don't know why I didn't tie that in together till later. And
No, I
I
didn't
looked
tie
at it and I
together
was
either.
like, oh yeah, Bud does look kind of look like a baby version of that.
Yeah, I think it's because like the lack of spikes, the lack of like the giantness. Because it looked like a monkey. He looked like Bud
Yeah,
looks like a monkey, and the big thing doesn't. The big thing looks like almost like a weird ass elephant kind of
yeah, like an
rectal
elephant
disc
lion
kind of thing.
combined.
Yeah. So, but yeah, the Callus, like what I liked about this specific the Callus is that it lived up to the hype that all of the other yaksha and so on and so forth were giving it. Because so many times we've seen movies where it's, oh, there's the most dangerous creature in the world, blah, and they
Yeah,
kill it in like 10 minutes. It's like, that
yeah.
was, yeah. And then like, oh, man, that was tough. It's like, no, it wasn't. It was 10 minutes.
We saw you fight things same length.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was, I was really happy that the cows actually turned out to be as dangerous as it did.
Yeah.
Because if it didn't, then that would have been like, that would have made the Yakuza look weak.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
definitely. And I think the trailers also hyped the clash between those two. Like that was a
Right.
main part of him going against the Callus. So
Yeah.
if we get there and the Callus is like, "Oh yeah, I beat this easily," like he had to do a lot, and he didn't even get to really beat it.
No,
Honestly,
he didn't beat
um,
it.
he didn't beat it. They end up freezing both of them, and then we got through all those emotional aspects of it, which was really cool. Where they were gonna like take his brain out. I think is what the sister was gonna do.
Yeah, she was a little devious. She was on the devious side.
She on the devious side. I think what the Callus did to her made her like I'm effing everything up. Um, I really like the relationship that was built between Thea and Deck, and then how that kind of changed her point of view because her whole thing was I gotta go meet my sister, reunite with her, finish our plan, and we've seen that before in movies as well. Another trope that we've seen, but it was just well played out in this movie. And then she ends up saving Deck from getting his brain pulled out of his head, and he gets away. And then they do a really good job in this movie of just pulling out so many tropes that you see in different movies, but doing it in a way where they placed it in the movie where it felt right. Because you were emotionally invested in Deck, you were emotionally invested in Thea, you were emotionally invested to see Thea be reunited with her sister because of how she talked about her, and then for her to like turn out to be the antagonist of the movie and trying to just throw her to the trash, right? Because Thea seems so human like, even though she's a synth, while her sister seems so synth like, so cold
Yeah.
and things like that. So I think they
I'm
did
not
a
gonna,
really good job of all that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When Thea first arrived, her first couple scenes, I was annoyed.
Oh, really?
I was like, yo, you are talking away. And I know that's like part of it, but
Yeah.
it gave me like that trope, right? The annoying robot that won't shut up kind of thing. And what I was talking about before with like the what they typically do with spin-off characters. And
Yeah.
I was annoyed. But she grew on me over time. But yeah, I thought that the dynamic between Thea and Evil Thea, we got to figure out Evil Thea's name. I don't remember her name at all. I thought that the dynamic between Thea and Evil Thea was pretty good. The scene where they had that conversation, their longer conversation, when Deck is on the table and they're about to perform surgery on him and so on and so forth, I thought that scene went on a little too long.
I agree.
Yeah, it was like, yo, we gotta move. Especially the second time I saw it. The second time I saw it was when I really felt the middle of the movie drag a little bit. right? So, but the middle wasn't that long, but at the same time, the scene where like after the initial scenes and then leaving Bud, fighting the cows was cool, but everything after that until he decides until he escapes and then this goes to his ship. From the time he gets captured to the time he gets to his ship and like starts like, you know what, we got to go back for Thea, right? That felt really slow, especially when the second watch.
First watch. I only watched it once, but I felt I was okay. I feel like this is just padding the runtime a little bit, so this is a full film.
Because it wasn't. It's not a lot to this movie. And when I say that, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean like this is a very simple plot, and simple plots can be executed well, which is was. But there's not like he didn't find like the secret of the ooze on this planet, right?
Yeah, there wasn't so much going on. And Tessa is the name of the sister. That's the other. Yeah. Another great dual performance of 2025. That's like a theme. We've had so many great dual performances happening from so many people. Robert Pattinson, Michael B. Jordan, and what's another movie somebody played two different people? Twinless. I know you haven't seen that, but Dylan O'Brien did a great job as dual performance. There's a lot of great dual performances this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed.
But let's to wrap up the review for this one. Let's talk about the finality of it, right? The Callus gets killed, unfortunately, and they are faced off with fighting Tessa at the end after this whole big fight. One thing I wish was that they had like a really great fight showing how badass he was against the synths alone. I think that was missing from the film. I was just hoping for like one John Wick kind of moment for him.
I'll be honest with you. The synths at the end specifically, actually throughout this movie, really. The kind of like the drone synths. The one was all the ones that looked the same.
Yeah.
It was a giving budget. It was a giving, hey, we could hire one dude or we can hire a bunch of dudes. It's a robot. Let's clone it. Because what you will notice in every other Alien movie, none of the Sims look alike. This is a new one, right? Yeah. So, and even like Thea and Tessa, none of them look alike, right? None of the Sims have ever looked alike until this movie, and it's a given budget, which I don't blame you. Hey, man, you got to get your movie made. Yeah, but it does take a little bit away, from it. Almost would have been better if the synths were human and Tessa just had one other dominant synth with their own personality, the kind of like that she was working alongside, right? That she was this is a terrible example because I hate that this happened. Almost like a Bane to Talia al Ghul situation. I can't stand that movie. Not the movie. I can't stand that decision at the end of the movie. I actually really like that movie. But you kind of have like this tandem kind of situation, and I think that they would have benefited from having a tandem, but actually still having Tessa be the badass that she was at the end. Because when she got into the when she got into that joint, it was dope.
It was dope. But even Thea with her fighting with her legs, that was one of the coolest moments in the movie.
That was cool.
Legs separate, yeah. That was cool as shit. How do you feel about? And I think this ties into what you were talking about perfectly. The ending of the movie, where you were talking about how the predators are so reliant on their technology, and that comes back to fight his father. And once he figures out how to stop the cloak, his father ain't shit. Oh, well, you can't turn
that. How about that, Zach? The cloak, in my opinion, has always been some bitch nigga shit. You the baddest hunter in the galaxy, and you can't run the ones. You got to be invincible. That's how you feel. You can't square up. You got to be like, oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can't see me, but I can see him. Ugh, by cloak. And I was also kind of a little complaint. Not even a complaint about the movie, but like about the culture of the Yukcha, right?
Okay.
Your big reward for victory is turning invisible. You prove that you could kill the thing. So what you've won is an easier time the rest of the way.
I'm not mad at that, honestly, when you just said that. If like I have to run all the time, if you're giving me more tech to make it easier, I'm down.
No, give me the shoulder weapons. You know, give me the bombs, give me the wrist explodey on if I feel like rage quitting and all that good stuff. But what we're not going to do is turn invisible and then claim to be the most dangerous thing in the universe when you don't have to, apparently. Because if you ever seen,
are the Yaksha the ones making the claim, or is other people doing that about them?
They seem to be claim folk. They seem to be the type of folk to make claims.
Don't be talking.
Their culture gives claim.
Their culture gives claim. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we just think that they are. But part of the reason is because they be cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember Predator Killer of Killers?
Yeah.
They was cheating all up and through that joint. They went up against the ninjas. We saw the brothers fighting, and he just wanted to sneak his way into the fight. It's like, no, reveal
even
yourself.
The Vikings too. They were having their own war, and he just showed up.
Yeah, and like the end with I forget what homie name was, but the pilot, he had his invisible ship shooting things down. Yep. So y'all just some punks, is what you're telling me. Because this isn't hunting anymore. This is just too easy.
Listen.
Yeah, man. Like this is crazy. The Predators have got a lot of unearned stock because every time we see them, right, they lose. They be losing to the most they lost to Arnold, trained soldier. I get it. They lost to the young lady from Prey.
Yeah.
Who's on her first mission.
Yeah.
Right? Fresh out. She ain't never had to deal with this before. She got you. As a matter of fact, her brother gave him the business.
Yeah.
So, hey man, every time we see you, get dealt with.
What makes him more cowardice and bitch ass?
What's that?
Now that we know this, after you lose, your homies come and then capture and freeze the people.
Right. I won. Why am I in the freezer? And it took multiple of y'all to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, what are we doing? So yeah. Let's be for real about the Yaksha. Yeah. You know what I mean? They've gotten a lot more good press than they deserve.
Now talk about we were talking about in terms of your theory where this is going.
I think that we're going to have, I hate invoking this name. I feel like we're going to have an Avengers style team up where we see the three main characters from Predator Killer of Killers, the pilot, the samurai, ninja, the Ronin, and the Viking team up with the young lady who, the Native American young lady. I need to find out that character's name. The Native American girl who was killing it. And I think that they're going to form an alliance, and Deck is going to join them. And it's going to be them against the Kingdom of the Yaksha.
I think Arnold Schwarzenegger and Donnie Glover are coming back too.
I don't think Danny Glover is functional enough to do that.
Is he?
He's old.
Well, yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger is old too.
Yeah, but he's old in Arnold Schwarzenegger. There's a difference.
Let's see. Danny Glover is he don't have to do much. He could be the man in the chair.
Danny Glover.
He's 79.
Let me tell you something about Danny Glover. He was like 30 in them Lethal Weapon movies. And he looked 45, 50. Yeah, and he was saying, I'm too old for this shit in those movies.
Speaking of that, Zach just said it. He's too old for this shit.
Right. He was saying that when he was 30. He's 79. He's not coming back for the Predators. Hey, glad to see you here, man. But yeah, so I don't think Danny Glover's coming back. I think Arnold might come back. So, but yeah,
I do believe we're gonna get a crossover situation where we get the characters from each of these movies
yeah,
teaming up, and as they're trying to escape, I think the aliens will show up, and that's where a new AVP will come, and then they're gonna be in the midst of that
yeah,
craziness.
yeah,
Uh, I think something like that could happen. It could be more complicated than that, but I think that's a general thing that's going to happen.
yeah. I think we're too far in the future. I think we're right at the right time to include the Alien Earth cast, but we're too far into the future to deal with the Alien Romulus cast. Because unless we're talking about dealing with David, not David, the robot who was
Because he
in,
can live forever.
yeah, because he can live, yeah, he can live forever, right? So I think that we
Yeah,
might
because
get,
they said Dan Trachtenberg said that this movie within the Alien Predator timeline is the furthest in the future.
okay,
So this is way after Romulus. This is way after Alien Earth, because Alien Earth is in the past. So that none of that's coming back. I
right,
guess maybe any of the synths in that movie maybe could come back, or that show.
correct,
I haven't watched Alien Earth, so I don't really know what happens to anybody.
yeah,
But yeah,
Andy,
maybe too much crossover from the older characters. It's going to be mostly new,
yeah,
unless they got frozen, like
unless they
how
got frozen, right? And
Arnold and the rest of them are.
I think the best thing that they've done to lead us to this is not tell us that they're doing that, right?
Yeah,
I think a lot of franchises want to get that Avengers kind of like vibe
hype.
or hype
Yeah,
without giving us a reason to have that hype, right? So
yeah,
they've been building this since Prey, one at a time, and each one has been as good as the last, if not
yeah,
better. And now we're in a situation where anything that they say that they're coming up with next, I'm excited for,
yeah.
right?
And
So
that's what the MCU did when they made Iron Man. They didn't tell us that it was the MCU.
exactly,
We got an
right?
Iron Man movie. It was great, and at the end, Nick Fury shows up, and we're like,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
yeah,
I think we're in a really good spot with the Alien and Predator franchises kind of fusing. I think one of the more interesting things about this is we talk a lot about how with the Paramount potential merger with or purchase of Warner Brothers and things of that nature. One of the things I'm most concerned about is because you have, let's count the ways, Star Trek, DC, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. What else you got down there? You got I don't know. I don't know what else you got. Paramount also has Mission Impossible, which is done now, but
they're
it's a
gonna reboot
bankable
it.
franchise, right? You
Yeah, they
have
have Top
all
Gun.
the
That's becoming a franchise now.
Top Gun, right? You have all these major franchise with proven track records coming together under the same umbrella. If they do it, which I really hope that they don't,
Yeah,
I think what's really cool and interesting and should be celebrated is the fact that Disney was like, "Yo, let's take these Fox franchises and let's use them. We
yeah,
we can do our Star Wars and our Marvel and stuff like that, but Alien Predator is just sitting right here on the table,
yeah.
and we own it. Let's put it out."
And
So
honestly, they're doing better job with the Fox stuff than they are doing with the rest of their stuff.
that's so true. And you know why? Because it's under seemingly one vision. They have a
Mm,
clear direction,
yeah,
and I feel like they're at the point where I'm pretty sure David Trenchberg, what is this young man's name?
Trachtenberg.
Trachtenberg, has an, no pun intended, end game in mind, right?
Oh yeah.
There's probably and this concludes the, I don't know what the deck series, right?
Well,
So,
his plan is to do an AVP with the guy who did Alien Romulus for them to co-direct one.
oh yeah, yeah. Fede
Fede Alvarez.
Alvarez.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he's not directing Romulus 2. Someone else is directing Romulus 2. And then I think him and Dan Trachtenberg are planning out how the rest of this stuff is going to work out.
what I'm curious about in that is Romulus was clearly rated R.
Yeah,
Badlands was clearly PG-13.
yeah,
It's a very big difference between the level of violence, blood, and guts, and so on and so forth. And even Alien Earth is a very violent and bloody show. what's the tone going to be going forward?
I think they stick with the R rating. I
I would hope
understand
so.
the PG-13 thing. If they do a straight up like AVP where there's no humans involved, it's just since Predator, aliens, and maybe other aliens, because they've been teasing other aliens within this world. I would like them to start
Yeah,
incorporating more aliens and building it out.
those
If they just go
aliens,
straight like that, they can go PG-13 because everybody can get ripped apart. Green blood, and you're
right?
good.
Green blood solves everything, right?
Yes, as long as it ain't red,
it really does.
you're good to go.
From Saturday morning cartoons, like we talked about, to now, green blood, purple blood, the oil. You know what I mean? It solves everything. So yeah, I really do hope that they do go the rated R route, because I think that that's the best way to do this specific franchise.
Yeah.
I think that they can do it, but it's almost like but like, why though? Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. And like what you were saying with the aliens in Alien Earth, those are not PG-13 aliens. It's vicious.
But I'm also going to answer your question with this segment. The box office. Let's talk about that a little bit, and this will influence what you're talking about in terms of what direction they're going to go in, right? Yeah. So Alien Predator Badlands has the best opening of the franchise so far. And if it does well because of the cinema score and the good word of mouth and not that much competition so far, it looks like Running Man is divisive and it might not do well.
I've seen our guy Sully say something not disparaging, but he was a little disappointed.
Yeah, and I've seen other people say it's good, but it's disappointing because it's Edgar Wright and they expected more. So if that's the case, and I don't think Glenn Powell's a movie star yet, up there with his contemporaries, like Chalamet or anything. I think that Predator Badlands has a chance to be number one again for this week, and it'll have competition with Wicked for Good.
What's coming out this week? Upcoming
The Running Man, and Now You See
Me. Yeah. And what else?
Now You See Me 3.
It's going to take a hit, but not a big hit.
Not a lot. I don't think it's going to take a lot, especially since I'm hearing Now You See Me 3 is okay. So
people really like Deck a lot. People really like Deck. Yeah.
I think the movie's rewatchable.
I agree.
Think a lot of people love Ellie Fanning. She's getting a bump because of this, and especially since she's talking about how genre films need to get recognized more. That will get you beloved by genre fans, right? She also has an Oscar movie coming out this weekend, Sentimental Value, where they're saying she might get nominated for Best Supporting Actress. So she's on a roll. So I think the fact that people love Deck, people love the franchise, people saying this is one of the best Predator movies. Ellie Fanning, it seems like her fan base has boosted the film a little bit because they thought it was going to open at 20 million. It opened at 40, and it's already at 100 million worldwide. I think when I was looking into it, the Alien Predator movies, a lot of them haven't done well at the box office, but the two highest grossing ones are both PG-13. And that's Predator Badlands and AVP. The one people don't like. So
wait, which AVP? The first one?
The second one.
The second one's one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic.
In the franchise. Because it was PG-13 and kids got to go see it, and that's the main component.
Alien vs. Predator Requiem was
PG-13.
Impossible. That alien took a baby out of that woman's stomach.
Is it? Oh, hold on. Is it the first one or the second one? Let me think. Alien vs. Predator, 2004, PG-13. Okay, no, it might be the second. It might be. No, it was the first one. My bad. Not Requiem.
Yeah.
Requiem was R-rated.
And it was awful. Yeah. Because I remember that scene is what stuck with me the most. Because it was just a pregnant woman who was in a hospital and the alien.
You know, some directors just like torturing women on screen for no reason.
Exactly. And it stuck with me. It was just like, because when did that come out? 2007? I was 17 when that came out. So, and even then I was like, yo, this is a lot.
So when they time travel to get these people, I feel like Dutch is dead in this far in the future. So I'm guessing, Zach, you haven't seen Predator Killers or Killers because they have Dutch, and he's frozen, so he's still alive. And I didn't realize that they time travel. The Predators time travel, but
That's a new one to me.
yeah, Kill the Killers shows that they're time traveling because they went to Native American time, they went to Dutch time, they went to World Wars, and they went to the Vikings, and but all these people are within the future, so they're going at different time periods hunting, and then bringing them to the present future time.
Their priorities are a little weird because they out there living in shacks.
I guess they don't care about that. They're warriors. We live with the sand and the ground.
Yeah, they living in shacks, but they also time traveling and hunting, and they got the shoulder cannons and all the tech. They got all the tech in the world, but their house is dilapidated.
Well, hey, look, they're not worried about capitalism. They want to just boost asses in the most possible. But did you actually see AVP Requiem? No, I have not. I have not seen Requiem.
However, the father, his braids was fire.
Oh yeah,
they care about something. As a matter of fact, all the Predators,
their hairs are good.
Is like
whoever's styling it, knows what they're doing.
Yeah, they on point.
They on point. All right, so love Predator Badlands. I thought it was great. I had a great time with it. This is something that I think I'm going to rewatch again. I think it fits within a lot of what we've been talking about with these films today. Bugonia, Frankenstein, now this, in terms of like parenthood, trauma, and legacy, and how that can weigh on you and then turn and either help you realize things in your life or make your life worse. Yeah. And I think that this fits into it, even though this is like a popcorn film. That's there. And let's transition into, and then this was going to be a quicker one, because I know you don't like this film, but Die My Love. Just go over your thoughts about this film.
So my apologies for Die My Love. I did not do this on purpose, but I did not make an overlay for it. So let me actually take this overlay down so that when we put the clip up, we can actually, have a proper overlay. So we're talking about Die My Love.
Yes.
I was excited for this movie because it was a smaller independent film starring J-Law, starring Batman. Who?
Robert Pattinson.
I thought you said Obadiah. I'm like, who's Obadiah?
Obadiah?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I was really excited. I was looking forward to it. It was, I didn't know anything about it either.
Yeah.
Right. So I literally had never seen a trailer. The only thing I've seen in this movie is the poster and the fact that it looked crazy. Right. The poster looks expressive. Right.
Yeah.
I don't like this movie. And I understand its meanings and what it's going for the most part is dealing with depression. And I think one of the things I'll give it credit for is usually when there's these types of movies, there's only one person in the family dealing with mental health types of issues.
Yeah.
This one,
you're the special one.
Yeah. So in this film, both people in the couple, you don't really speak like that about couple. Both people in the couple, the couple, both were individually dealing with their own mental health issues. Hers was a little bit more prominent, which is one of my issues with the film. Not even with the film, but a way I felt about the movie. But I think one of the more interesting things is having Robert Pattinson's character deal with the stress of what he was dealing with, while also trying to make sure that she doesn't harm herself, or harm her child or harm other people, which it made it very clear that she was never going to harm her child. No, but it was like she might harm herself though, right? And then a lot of people in this film, actually everybody in this film, all the major characters were dealing with some kind of mental health anguish, which made it like really more realistic than I think that most stories that are
Mm-hmm.
told this way um, do, because typically it's not just like one person out of the bunch that's dealing with a bunch of stuff. It's usually one or two people, and then when you have a lifelong trauma loss, they lost Nick Nolte, their grandfather slash husband, to the Robin Patterson's character's mom, and all the other good stuff. So they did a lot in terms of doing the dynamics between families that have multiple people dealing with real issues, which is
Different
most
things.
families,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, but at the end of the day, I think I messaged you, and I was during the movie. I was like, yeah, I can't catch the beat. Like I'm trying to catch the beat of this movie. Like the rhythm of it is off. It's like nothing is. It didn't feel like it was leading anywhere. I felt like it was playing the same note, right? And then sometimes playing that note off key, where it's like we are heading towards a major event, and then they don't do it, right? And they do that several times, where it's like where they get right up to the edge of doing something, where Jennifer Lawrence's character seems like she's about to just like lose it, and at times does lose it,
Yeah.
and but it never like seems to change anything with the situation, right? Up until the dinner party with the pool, right? Up until then, nothing really. Actually, no, the wedding. Until the wedding, nothing really like changed a lot. Like when she dives through the glass door, right? When she takes a shotgun, she shoots the dog. All these other things that she does throughout this movie. Um, I think that kind of leads to my biggest issue with the film, which I didn't want to filibuster this, but since I kind of led here, I have an issue with this movie, not necessarily even because of how do I explain this? Black women would never be allowed to get away with this.
Mm-hmm.
Black people would never really be allowed to get away with this. Like the amount of destruction that she was able to do is a different type of privilege that like I don't see that being a thing. Not that there are people, like, let me tell you something. Black people have mental health issues.
Of course.
Just like everybody else, right? But it's the way in which the person is treated that really was the difference for me. Like she was treated like she had done nothing wrong. No one could say anything to her. Oh, she's just like, and I see this all the time where it's like, oh, but they're just suppressed. No, that's fine. We get that. You can't dive through the window. You can't get into the pool in your underwear with kids. The fact that she was allowed to get to the pool is problem enough. And then there's like stuff like that that happens over and over and over again, towards where this is just my opinion. If she was a person of color, it would not have gone that way in terms of the amount of leeway she had to be destructive, because she was destructive for a long time, doing a lot that I just don't like. We're not afforded those kinds of I don't even know what to call it, passes, if you will. So yeah, that was kind of like, I was like, during my takeaway, or just like watching this film, was like, yeah, whatever, man. Like she just do whatever she wants.
I don't necessarily agree with that because
I know.
she was damaging her own property. So I think when I think about it, like she went through her glass. That's her glass. It's her house.
And
Who's calling the cops on her? Because the thing with a black person, black woman, black man, they have erratic behavior. If I growing up in Bed-Stuy, in Brooklyn, I've seen a lot of women like this. and having erratic behavior, fighting, destroying property, destroying things in their house. They have mental illness, but Black people don't believe in mental illness, especially back then. So
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, she's like that. And it's like, what? Why is she like that? And why are we letting this happen? Don't just stay away from her. So I've personally seen it, but the thing is, the reason why they don't go to jail or whatever is because they're destroying their own stuff. And no one's calling the cops. That's just how she is. She's touched. She's the touched one. I've heard that before, which is a wild statement when I think about it now. The devil got a little bit of her. The devil's playing with her strings or some bullshit like that. So I do think that it is a thing where I've seen a lot of erratic behavior from Black people where that doesn't necessarily get quelled. And I think what the movie does well is show that this has happened over like a long span of time. It wasn't like week after week she was doing this. She would do something and then time would pass and then she would do something else. And part of it was because Robert Pattinson wasn't there for her in a proper way. He dropped her inside of his dead uncle's house that was unfinished as she was having a baby while he worked 3 days a week. And then the days that he was there home, he helped her a little bit, but wasn't helping her that much. And then later on, when she's telling him, I need to be sexually desired. I need this. I need that. He's still not doing it. And he gives her the dog. And
the dog
she's like,
wild.
Dog was wild. She said, I don't need this dog. I need a cat because we have a rat problem.
Didn't give her a cat at any point.
He did not give her a cat at any point. He's out there cheating on her.
Yep.
And she knows it. And that starts making her freaking out. Her family members are trying to tell her, this is just going to go away because it's postpartum. When it's not postpartum, she's literally just depressed. She loves her kid. Nothing about her kid. Her kid is part of the stress because obviously she's left alone taking care of the kid by herself. And Robert Pat's, what was his name? Jackson did help throughout. I like that it wasn't a thing where it didn't look like he didn't help at all, but he only started really, really helping when she was already diving into the madness. And that's when he started complaining. The place is a mess. And but you were supposed to fix this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
You brought me out of New York City to the South to your dead uncle's house and left me here to take care of this baby, which is a full-time job with a dog that I did not want. And I am not mentally well. And I need you to do this and this and this for me as a husband. So I understand where she was coming from in terms of like the erratic behavior. Is it a good thing? No. Don't jump through that damn window. Don't go just walk. Well, I guess she could walk to her mother-in-law's house. That's not a problem.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
But like a lot of the things that she's scratching up the walls and all that stuff like that, she just had a lot of issues. And it seems like physically was the only way she knows how to express them. Because I think one of the things that was interesting, I think they had one of the most realistic arguments I've seen in a long time, where they sound like they were actually talking like people and not like movie characters. Where they were going back and forth, and he like came at her about her not writing her book, and she was like, "Well, you stick your dick everywhere else but me," and all that stuff. The way everything was played out, and I love Robert Pattinson in that role because he just made the funny voice at her and stuff like that. He did a great job of seeming like a man that was frustrated with his wife, and not sexually attracted to her anymore, and just interested in being anywhere but his house. Because when he was in the house, he was sleeping. So I understood the erratic behavior should have been helped. Part of the problem was she also didn't want help for a long time until it got too bad where she put, I guess, the kid in danger, and the mom came in. And it was like every time things seemed like the problem might be solved that she was having, there was always another issue. It was just because she just wasn't happy with life. She didn't want to exist. And that's where the ending of the movie comes in, where she does just, because she says to him, like, enough. This is it. Like, you keep pulling me from the edge. We do this over and over and over. You sent me to therapy. That didn't help me. You fix up the house. You did all the things. You finally did all the things I needed you to do. And I'm still not happy. I still don't want to live. Just let me go. And that's kind of where the movie ends. And I thought that was a brilliant breakdown on someone that's going through extreme madness and depression, and how it can slowly build up and people don't get help, and it leads to them unaliving themselves. Especially when that support system is just telling them it's going to go away. Like that's all they were telling her. It's like he's gonna go away. You're gonna get the inspiration to write that book. You're gonna get your love life back. You're gonna be
Mhm.
okay with the baby eventually. It happened to me, and she's just like no one. She's even said in the therapy like my baby is not the problem. I love my baby. It's everybody else
Yeah.
that's the problem. So I thought that was really, really interesting. I my only issue with the movie, I think I told you this. The movie feel for me. This is my only issue with the movie. The movie feels like it's 3 hours,
It
and
does.
it's under 2 hours. When I finished the movie, I was like, God, this is a long ass fucking movie. And then I went and Googled the runtime, and I was like, hour and 58 minutes.
That movie felt like forever.
No way. And I know part of that was the reason why they wanted the movie to tire you out because that's how it is to live in that state. Because she's having hallucinations. She never kissed Lakeith Stanfield. She was hallucinating that shit because she saw that her husband was having an affair. So that was how she was handling it. And then the fact that she approached him when she finally saw him with his wife, I
At the
was like,
gas station. Yeah, she was
"Man,
wild.
you're wilding."
Mm-hmm.
So back off. And I'm glad that like it didn't escalate anywhere because that wife was like, we don't got no time for this. When I tell you, everybody in my theater died laughing when she said that. Because normally in a movie, if someone asks for help with a car thing, like, yeah, go help her, please. Like, that's the
Yeah.
gentleman thing to do. She was like, no.
No, yeah, but no, that's real though. It's like we have somewhere to actually be. Like, no,
Yeah.
we actually do have somewhere to be. You know what I mean?
And they
Like,
have a baby. It's like,
yeah.
let's
And
go.
they have a baby. And this,
And also, she's marked up. She got scratches all over her face.
yep.
I'm not trying to do all that, but yeah. So I actually love this film. I know it was going to be divisive because Jennifer Lawrence's Grace is a unreliable narrator in this film. So when you talk about the rhythm of the movie, I think that's the problem because she's her what's going on is jumping through like different parts of her life, and you're like, okay, where are we at now? Is this real? Is this fake? Is
Yeah.
this where are we at now? And did she really smash her head? Did this really happen? So I definitely understand not being able to catch the rhythm of the movie. I think it really wasn't where the movie finally settled down was when the dog came in. That was like the most sobering part of the movie where it
Like,
started following a natural flow.
but I was as annoyed as she was with the damn dog.
Oh, me too.
I like it kept barking.
It's just all the time.
This is why I do not want a small dog. I know bigger dogs can bark and are capable of barking.
But your dog would be chilling.
My dog be chilling. He'll give you a little, he'll give you a little whimper because he wants something. He's an 80-pound pit bull that is like a child, which I love the boy, but he don't be barking like a crazy person unless someone rings that doorbell. Then he going ballistic. He don't want nobody on that porch. But yeah, so yeah, that dog. Yeah.
One thing I thought was funny, she hated that dog, right?
Yeah.
She hated the dog, and he wanted a dog, but he didn't take care of the dog.
Yeah.
So they get into the car accident. The dog is clearly hurt and dying. That's why I kept whimpering throughout the night. She had enough empathy for the dog that she hated to just end his life.
You know, it was interesting. Like, I wasn't angry with her about that.
No,
Not because of the barking, not because the dog was annoying, but this dog is suffering. It's literally like in its worst state it's ever been, and we're not going to be able to help it, fix it, whatever. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah,
definitely wouldn't do it. But I was kind of like,
he was talking about, oh, we'll go tomorrow. It's like, you're just gonna let him suffer like that until the morning?
Yeah, craziness.
And I felt so bad. And my last thing, we'll wrap this up because I want to get to our last quick segment. The mother, I felt bad for her.
Yeah, I felt bad for her too. She lost everybody. She's by herself. She's holding on to the shotgun, not because she's afraid of someone coming in, but because that's all she has to remind herself of him.
And he slept with it.
and he slept
You
with
know,
it, and now
so
she's sleeping with it. And yeah, man, I felt really bad for the mom for sure. Yeah, it makes me concerned, worried, afraid of you know probably to lose mine.
yeah,
Um, like that's something that I obviously I'm not prepared for. You know what I mean? But
me either.
like, especially like in like the future, you know what I mean? Getting old and then someone like I can't imagine spending 30, 40 years with somebody and then one day they're just not there.
They're just gone. It's like
Yeah.
most of your life they were with you, and now they're not there. It's like, how
Right.
do you? She said it in the movie. I think she's like, I don't know how to move forward or live.
Yeah.
Like, he was everything.
Hmm.
You wake up there next to you, and then he also looked like he was deteriorating. So like her whole
He
life was
was.
probably taking care of him now at that point, and now he's just gone.
He had it seemed like he had Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
And
because he
yeah,
like came in the house. He still thought his brother was alive. That was devastating.
yeah,
So yeah, I I,
yeah.
I really enjoy this movie. But this is one of those movies that I love that understand why someone else won't like it. Like when
Hmm.
you told me you didn't enjoy it, I expected it. I was gonna be surprised if you liked it.
Yeah.
Because you like human condition movies. I think the way Lynn Ramsey, who I like as a director, played out everything was kind of like, all right,
Yeah.
this is a lot.
Yeah.
Um,
I just
ever
think
seen
that like at
you
a
never
certain
really
point.
hear?
Hmm?
Have you ever seen a movie with Joaquin Phoenix you were never really here?
No, no, I've never. I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
That was the first time I seen her films, and that was great too.
Okay.
But it's also traditional, different and stuff. She take traditional and something different with them, but it can be divisive.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah, guys, let us know down in the comments below. And I feel like we should say this more at the end of each segment. I don't know why. In the chat,
For sure.
how you feel about Die My Love. Are you more on my side? Are you more on Kenny's side? Are you somewhere in between? Are you still trying to figure it out? Because that was me too. Because you even said in the group chat, you said, I don't know. Right. And I also said that. Like, I was like,
Hmm.
oh, this is a lot. Because a lot happens in the movie. And you don't need to know how you feel about a film even the week after you see a film. I
Right.
think that's the thing that's wrong with like film culture right now. You have to know how you feel about a film right away. That's what
Yeah.
it feels like, and I feel like that's necessary. That shouldn't have to be how it
And
is.
even worse than that, like there's this idea that if you feel one way about a film one day, you can't change your mind a different day. You
Yeah,
know, I think that people are like, oh, and it's stupid. Like they'll be like, oh, that's not what you said last week. Well, nigga, I feel differently today. Like, what
yeah.
are we talking about?
I figured something out, or I might have
Right.
saw a video that explained something I didn't understand, and
Yeah.
that's all right.
It's okay to change your mind,
Yeah, that's what humans are.
positively or negatively about something. Like
Yeah.
it's cool. You know?
Okay. Let's transition into our last thing, and then we're gonna head everybody out. About 3 for 3. A lot of this has been talking about bad parenting and the loss of family and stuff like that. And Kenny had the great idea talking about three of the worst parents of the 2020s.
Now, are we
Um,
doing parents or are we doing dads?
I did parents.
Okay.
I have two dads and one mom.
I have strictly dads going on
That's
here.
totally fine. It still
Um, for the sake of this conversation, I'm going to exclude Deck's dad because we didn't really talk about Deck's dad actually.
no.
We kind of
Yeah.
talked about it, but you know he was also barely in the movie.
Yeah. He was.
Turn this brightness down a little bit. Um, here we go. So yeah, so I'm excluding Predator Badlands just because we've talked about it, and I also don't think that he's the worst of the dads.
No.
Well, he's terrible actually. He might be the worst of the dads because he might be the only person who's straight up. So I'll start first. I'll go with my number three, which is, and we'll do some. You know what? Let's do some honor. You want to do some honorable mentions first, and then
I don't
go
have any.
into it.
Do yours.
Okay, so honorable mentions: Ant-Man from Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was down there to get his daughter, and he didn't care about anything else that was going on down there. He didn't even care what she had to say. right? He was a superhero who was down in this microverse, this microverse, and did quantumverse, my bad, and didn't care about all these other people who were suffering down there. He wasn't trying to be a hero. He was trying to get his daughter an escape but while also ignoring his daughter, who was trying to save people. Which he's a superhero, so he's trying. So he's supposed to be saving people, but he's not. And then telling his daughter not to. He's terrible. Terrible job. Also, I'm going to go with the father. I don't think you've seen this, but Americana with Sydney Sweeney. There is a character whose father is essentially uh, the leader of a cult, kind of religious cult situation, and her father is super overbearing, super violent, very Alabama Christian, kind of like racist, kind of thing like that. So also one of the worst dads. Also got from Love Lies Bleeding. Ed Harris is
That's a good one.
tried to kill his daughter because she found the bodies that he buried at the bottom of a canyon. So yeah, awful dad. This one, the rest of these are kind of debatable, but I also know that the dad from Speak No Evil was just a coward. And he was letting them get pushed all around.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so he was awful because he didn't have the compunction to say no. You're not going to take my daughter on this bike around Italy, and I don't know you.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? So, yeah, no one can convince me to put their child on a motorcycle of a stranger. It's like because he was trying like to be nice or not be rude. Nigga, be rude about your kids. So, yeah. So, and for doing 3, I'm trying to make sure I leave myself with 3. I'll go Iron Claw. The father from Iron Claw was awful. He literally pushed his kids into unaliving themselves, basically. So he might actually move into top 3. But no, but he was awful. Yeah. So I have 2. Oh, you know what? That might have been my one. My bad. I actually might have said my actual one. The dad from Iron Claw. So real quick, I'll just run through the last. No, you know what? Let's just go. Yeah, the father from Iron Claw was awful. Okay, wait, time out. My number 3 is the father from Iron Claw. The Von Erichs family, who are wrestlers down in the South, and they were really good. And he was great. And he wanted his kids to follow in his footsteps, so much so that he pushed them all the way into unaliving themselves, unfortunately. And it's basically the story of all these sons trying to please their father, so much so that they become detriments to their own families and their own lives. The brothers of the Von Erichs family basically all died except for one. And at the end of the movie is like the last Von Erich son is like realizing that it's okay to cry because he lost his family and his brothers and things of that nature, and you can attribute all of that back to the dad. So yeah, he was awful. Yeah, so that's my number 3.
My number 3 would be Paragus from Dragon Ball Super Brawly. What a terrible person. Got his hubris and got them kicked off the planet. Have and he tortured his.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Back. I'm good.
No.
No. Yay.
Drop out.
Okay.
Let's put you back in. Okay. So we're going to. There we go. Yeah, we're going to switch you back because I don't like being on that other side. So yeah, Slightly, but we'll deal with it. We're almost done.
Last minutes of the stream. Same paragraph, Dragon Ball franchise. How he treats Brawl, basically torture him and using him as a weapon of revenge, and not telling him the truth about himself. And
Yep.
I think he made a friend, the animal, and made him kill it so they could eat it. That's not great. That's like
cool.
having a dog, and then you're like, yeah, you know what? Let's kill your dog. We're gonna eat that. And just not let him be able to grow up in a way where he can master his powers, so he's always rageful. Like, he just brought up a man that was like prime toxic masculinity, right? Just growing up in a way where he can't handle his emotions, he can't have interactions with people. He's basically like a 10-year-old in a 25, 30-year-old man body, and he's fully destructive if you know he doesn't want to be that way. But his father just raised him and tortured him in a way where that's so yeah, Paragus, both in the original Brawl movie, this one of the worst dads I've seen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I had to remember if I had seen Super Broly, and I have. Yeah, he was awful. So yeah, moving right along, my number 2 is actually the dad from Trap. He is the worst. He's trying to take his daughter to a concert, and he knows he's being hunted by the police. Why would you bring your daughter? So yeah, like this entire time, he's using this concert as a way, or I don't think he's using this concert as a way. Like the movie's called Trap for a reason. Like the cops have found him and trying to trap him in there and trying to figure out who he is. But yeah, he's a serial killer, and he's got his daughter at this concert, and he's putting her in danger and putting literally everybody else in danger by being there. And then by the end of the movie, he is just like off his rocker. Yeah. One of the things that was crazy that didn't even happen because of him, if you remember, like he gets arrested at the end of the movie, and the cops just let the little girl like run up to him and like hug him. I'm like, yeah, like they didn't, like, she didn't escape. They let him do it. They let her do it. Like, hey, here's your daughter. Why would you do that? That's bad policing. We're talking about bad parenting. Yeah. Terrible father. Yep.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Absolute garbaggio. Even though I love that movie and he was a fun character to follow, but he's a terrible
dad. Yeah.
So we getting hate a lot of dads, but I'm going to give a hate for one of the worst moms, and that's Laura from Bring Her Back, played by Sally Hawkins.
Yeah.
A bad biological mother and a bad foster mother.
Yep.
Hey, a bad aunt at that.
Bad everything. She was bad all around.
Just bad all around. Bad former co-worker. Bad all around. Right? Torturing her nephew in order to bring her daughter back, and then adopting these two kids who just lost their parent.
Yep.
And basically torturing them in order to use them as sacrifices. Yeah. Everything was just terrible about how she treated them. And one of the most shocking scenes, and we've talked about this on the live stream multiple times, of the year is her slapping the blind one.
Yo. Because it happened so suddenly. And she just walked out of the room calm. Yeah. She walked out of the room calm, cool, and collected. Was like, yo, your brother did it.
Like, throwing key on him, like he's peeing on himself.
Yeah, the worst.
Doing stuff with his phone, look like he's texting erratic things, just making him look like himself, knowing that he has issues. And then like nearly sacrificing the little girl, knowing as like she passed away. Partly it's your fault. You just gotta let it go.
Yep. See, she out here summoning shit.
She's
trying to summon her own daughter back to life, and now she got her little nephew or whatever biting tables and biting knives
and biting pieces of arms and biting fridge doors and messed up the right. Like the demon is. But now his belly is weird, his teeth is messed up, he's all hurt, like he's traumatized for the fact that he knew what was happening at the time but couldn't control himself. That makes it worse.
And she killed the main boy. She killed the boy.
She killed the main boy.
So yeah. That
Terrible,
bad all
terrible.
around. It might be the
Bad.
worst. I'm curious to who your number one is because I don't see much worse than that. So I am going to ignore Dr. Frankenstein because we talked about him and I kind of want to do something a little bit more fresh. If we were kind of doing this like without talking about those two, I think Frankenstein would definitely make it. But for me, I'm going to go with, and this is a little comedic, but I'm dead ass. The father from War of the Worlds, Ice Cube, was the worst. He was spying on his kids. He had cameras inside her fridge.
Yeah, that's
He's like,
crazy.
hey, you ain't eat no bagels today. What you feeding the baby? I'm looking in your fridge right now. I'm using the NSA supercomputer security, John, to look in your fridge and track you and your fiance. That's what I'm doing today. I done text you because I see that you at the store and you shouldn't be there and you buying milk when you should be buying something else. Like I can't believe that he couldn't believe that he didn't get an invite to the baby shower. Like that was insane. Also, he's got super hacker living under his roof. Don't know it at all.
Don't
Talking
know
about
anything
something.
about his.
It was you. How could you, man? Like so.
His right.
Top five, top three for me. Worst dad. Like he did everything you could possibly do wrong, and then on top of the acting performance was didn't help. So yeah, sorry, pardon me. So yeah, that's my number one. The dad from War of the Worlds was the worst.
Yeah. Mine's a little bit of jokes too, but also you've heard me rant about this dad before.
Mm-hmm.
Sally Hawkins' Law is probably worse to him overall and realistically,
Oh
but
yeah.
the father from Black Phone one
Oh yeah,
was
yeah,
absolute ass juice.
yeah. He was
How?
terrible on Black Phone too.
Huh?
He was terrible on Black Phone too.
A little better. He wasn't beating them and degrading them and not searching for them when they disappeared. He actually showed up.
But when he showed up, he was like, "Hey, I hear y'all talking about all that. Can we go home? Like, I drove up here. It's snowing outside. Like, I wanna go home. Demons, forget that. Forget. Can we go home?
Get out of here. I ain't trying to listen to nothing you're saying right now. Let's get the hell
Right.
out of here. But him and Black Phone, beside the terrible performance, how he was treating his little daughter, beating her. What? I think the cops came to the house, which was not her fault. That the cop house and he beat her for it. And then he made her said something about milk. It was one of the moments it wasn't supposed to be. They couldn't chew too loud. They couldn't watch TV too loud. They had that. He was so drunk that one of them had to make sure they were with him late at nights on
Mm.
Friday. So one got to go out and stay with the friends, and the other one had to stay and watch him. He was just a terrible. Like all these dads and parents we talked about are bad on like a mythical level,
Right.
but he's bad like in a realistic way. Like everything he did was realistically bad.
Yeah.
And the worst part of it, the son went missing and he didn't go searching for him.
Right.
The
Yeah.
daughter went
Mhm.
for him. I mean, looking for him. No reason she should be doing all this. But
Yeah.
and in the movie, when she helps find and gets him, he shows up out of. Sorry, guys. I was like, you don't get your dusty ass out of these kids. Just ghosts and a serial killer themselves. But you don't ass being a yeah,
Awful dad. Yeah.
old dad.
So yeah. So that's a great list. I think that we did a really good job of putting together some terrible dads and parents. I had one other which I won't go into, but I'll just say it. The Willem Dafoe and Poor Things, awful.
Yeah,
Terrible
similar
dad.
to Victor Frankenstein. Similar
Yep.
reason.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So Yeah, he was on that list. We did talk a little, not really talk, but we kind of like mentioned the whale. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like not great.
Yeah.
I know he's trying to make up for it and what have you, but not
He
great.
kind of did it. He had a lot of in front of her. That's
Oh yeah, yeah. That's not good. Um, yeah,
Evan saw Predator Bad. He thought it was amazing. Yes.
nice. Love that.
Oh, let's wrap this up. Appreciate everybody that was in the chat, was voting, and saying all the things that we saying, and it just our random little review, all fun stuff that we do. Sorry to miss last week because we would have been some of the other films. We have other topics that we do. So all these people will. I don't know what's going on. There we go. All shout outs to all the people there. And next week we should be talking about The Running Man, right, Kenny?
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing it this weekend. I don't think I'm seeing. Oh, I don't have anything else on my radar really.
I want to see Sentimental Value
I don't feel like
because
seeing Christie, and it has nothing to do with Sydney Sweeney. It's just the movie's like 2 hours and some change, and I just don't.
I'm not seeing that. Already late.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm passing. I'm watching Christine. Basically, the reviews I've heard, I'm cool on that. And also, don't be watching any season anymore. She's for a franchise.
Mm.
Like, just starring in a random movie. I'm watching that shit. But I definitely Running Man. I definitely was Sentimental Value. I watch it now. You see me just interested. And Miller's feel interested in that.
Mm.
Of course, Stacey, we appreciate you. You're in this chat single week, so appreciate you.
Yeah, 100%.
Your channels, find you, all the things that you do.
Yeah. So Oh, hi. How are you? How are you on this Tuesday night? You feeling okay? Are you good in your hood? That's what we want to know. We want to know if you are satisfied with the life that you're living. Okay, because it matters to us who you are and who we are as one unit, a community, if you will. So if you're not doing well, we're not doing well. And speaking of not doing well, I have my own vlog channel now, YouTube channel called It Could Be Whatever. This is a vlog that I just started, I want to say about a week and a half ago. It's something that I'm using to continuously keep myself in front of the camera so that I can feel not as much imposter syndrome when I do step in to do like a movie review or even like a live stream like this, right? So It Could Be Whatever is the name of the channel. You can find it at It Could Be Whatever YT. You can also find It Could Be Whatever underscore official on Instagram. That's somewhere else where I'm posting as well. I would love for y'all to subscribe. Pardon me. I would love for y'all to subscribe to the It Could Be Whatever channel and watch the videos. You get a lot more of me outside of movies, dealing with ADHD, dealing with dog vet visits, which is one of the next videos that are coming up. And so many other things from my life that aren't just me talking about film. So that's what I got coming up. As far as movie reviews coming up, I honestly cannot promise you guys anything. I'm having a really difficult time like coming up with the energy, the motivation, the so on and so forth to do movie reviews right now. So I don't want to make any promises of anything that's coming up because I really don't know. I might even be taking a break until 2026. I doubt I don't put out another review until 2026, but honestly, you really never know. It is the middle of November. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got going on. Make sure to subscribe to the Film Club channel that we have. It has all the clips and shorts and things of that nature. We also have a film club on Instagram as well. We'll put those links in the chat, or I'm sorry, in the description and in the chat for you all, so you can check us out there. And yeah, that's me. What about you, Zach? What you got going on?
Yeah. Kenny Sparks is the guy. and I'm the guy on the other side. And my channel is Zack Attack Reviews. Subscribe to that if you haven't already. Subscribe to the Film Club channel. Follow us on Instagram at Film Club with Zach and Kenny. And I also believe we have that. I think that's the only thing we have right now. Kenny's is holding down the Film Club stuff on Threads, so follow him on Threads. Next up, I'm working on a video essay actually because I'm having trouble doing a weekly review where I'm talking about why it feels every movie end of the world. So I have my first version done. I'm going to over. I'm still getting it done before Thanksgiving, and then I have an idea about Sorry Baby and Yard to talk about women in film. So I'm excited to new venture and trying to do things with the channel. Doing this for a while, try to do this. And obviously we'll do Film Club, not dying sick. And the week of Thanksgiving will probably take a break. But yeah, this was really, really fun. Went on what I wanted. It was worth
100%.
Hear you.
Yes.
Those channels in there. You guys next week, and you guys have a great
Peace.
All right.